And we are back. So, where we last left off, the party had been hired by Lord Falcon to help him on a hunt for eye drakes that he said had been apparently invading some of the mines near where he grew up back in Dawnfall, which is on the continent of Eotris. So he was looking for people. You finally said, "Yep, we'll take this job." And he gathered you together, and you made the long trek to Eotris, which took you a couple solid weeks there of travel. You finally arrived, and after having met up on the road with his cousin Uma, who is also the sister of Unmar, someone that Uma has, relayed to her cousin, Lord Falcon, is missing. And apparently what had happened is some old mines had been discovered, and Unmar and his fellow miners went to do some surveys and check things out, and there were bad things happening. So they continued to try to go through there and figure out what's going on and hopefully resolve any issues, but then he was missing for quite a while. So, upon arriving there, it had been a couple weeks at least since he'd gone missing. You guys then followed Uma, who took you to where the entrance to the old mines was, made your way through, where you happened upon a couple strange creatures in the mines. Some hanging from the ceiling, looking like stalactites, and attempting to choke you out. Others making strange shrieking noises, even though they were nothing more than mere mushrooms attached to the walls of the cave.
We ever harvest those?
Nope. You did not.
Nope. Because I feel like you get a really bad high on that. Nightmare.
Possibly.
Nightmare fuel. Nightmare.
And yet more, a strange little floaty creature that actually, through a little bit of diplomacy, seemed to take a liking to Leon and pointed something out that he now carries at his side. A very interesting looking rapier.
I'm excited to see what that does. If it does it.
They then made their way further in, encountering some rats that seemed to be riddled with disease and were feasting on the corpses of the other miners that had gone in with Unmar, but Unmar's body was nowhere to be found. Delving yet deeper, they came across a large cavern, and in that cavern, they saw something very familiar. Roots. The roots of which they have been chasing and trying to get information on for a while. Black roots with red, blood-like veins worming through them that were growing all around a strange-looking rod seeming to be embedded partway into the ground, radiating a kind of sickly, reddish light. And as they went up closer to investigate, 3 eye drakes came around the stalagmites and began firing rays at them. The fight was fast, and it was furious. No Vin Diesel was there, but
family.
But it was all family.
I was gonna get there.
But they eventually ended up defeating the eye drakes, only to find that the body of Unmar was laying dismembered on the ground.
So no family.
So no more family. Lord Falcon and Uma wrapped up the body and began to prep to take it away, where Lord Falcon said to the party members, "Look, I owe you for 3 eye drakes. I promised you money. I will meet you back in Kyber and you'll collect, but right now we have some family business to deal with here. This is a sad day. So we're going to take our leave. We take our fallen family member and head out." While the rest of the party was gathered around for that, one lone party member was not. As Persephone stood a ways away, staring at the rod.
Yeah, she stares at rods a lot.
You get used to it. None of them are really that impressive, though, so, you know.
This one caught her eye.
This
It
one,
did.
this
It
one,
really did.
It was a pretty big one. So.
And it had a lot of veins.
All right, enough out of here. But she gazed at this rod, and visions began to fill her mind. Visions of a hellscape, of her home, and the voice of what she only remembers as Daddy, filling her mind, telling her that things were happening quickly, much more quickly now, and that his plans for her were still intact, and all she needs to do is be patient, because things will be happening soon. And that is where we had left off. So, you find yourselves still within this cavern. All of you, save Persephone, are gathered around and sorry to interrupt, but unfortunately right now, Daniel is currently not here tonight, so Patch is kind of in stasis. He will be hanging out with the DM. However, as the party needs, if you need, he will be able to provide healing spells and a couple things like that, but he's not really going to be there for combat.
Gotcha. Sorry to say he's lying to you. I actually ate Daniel, it's my bad. He won't be joining us anymore.
Yeah, he ate him, so. But
I couldn't
so
help
that's,
myself.
That's the situation. So the rest of you, okay, Leon, Tomer, Gold, and Patch, you're kind of gathered around over near where where Lord Falcon and Uma are, as they now gather up the body and the remains of Unmar in a blanket, and they begin to exit. And as Lord Falcon's like, I'll see you in Kyber. That's where you guys are. Persephone, you're still probably a good 15 feet away from everyone else. And you're all about, like, the rod is basically about, 5-10 feet away from your group, and about 5-10 feet away from you on the opposite side. So, what does everyone do?
Do I see Persephone getting closer towards the rod?
Penis joke.
So you're walking up towards it? Okay. Roll a perception check. This is vision, not smell.
12 flat.
You attempting to be sneaky at all?
Probably not, no.
Okay. It doesn't really catch your eye because right now there's other stuff
There's a
happening in
dead
front of you.
situation
Yeah.
happening in the corner.
You don't quite notice it.
Alright, I'm gonna let it go and be like, we should probably not touch that thing.
I fear what might happen if one does. As that happens.
Did you touch it? Okay.
Oh, I love how animated you were with that.
Persephone, as you reach out. And
And I
touch-
will say I'm not booping it, I'm going to grab it like a normal human being.
Penis joke.
I am firmly grasping it, if you
You
will.
firmly grasp
Penis
it.
joke.
Very well. Okay.
You're
As
two-handed.
as you firmly
It's a big
grasp
rod.
it,
I'm done with it.
Put penis joke.
I will need from you a Constitution save.
Alright.
This is what Persephone does.
Probably. We'll find out. Oh shit, I'm good at Constitution.
Tassel. Alex card.
16.
16.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 6.
I
was going
know.
to feel so bad.
She goes.
As Persephone touches the rod, and you mentioned not letting anyone touch that thing, you all notice just out of the corner of your eyes, her hand grabs it. When that happens, a pulse just comes out like a wave from the stone on this rod. You are thrown back 10 feet through the air and land. Fortunately, you don't take any damage as you kind of, cover yourself and gird yourself a little bit against the impact. And at that point, everything begins to shake. And this fog seems to just come out from the rod and quickly fills the entire cavern.
Very quickly.
Everything is rumbling and shaking right now. Okay.
Is this on the stream?
No, it is not.
Oh.
This is all theater
No,
of the
no,
mind.
you're good. I was just asking. I was curious.
This big cavern is now shaking and rumbling. Rocks are starting to fall from the ceiling. Smack, smack, smack. This strange, tinted, kind of green and red fog is now filling the spaces. You hear further up the chamber Lord Falcon and Uma coughing and running and saying, "Get out of here!" And they run before another boom as a thunderous sound issuing from the rod shakes the entire chamber once more. More rocks begin to fall. You can't see where you are.
Leon, at this point, would shout out, "Persephone! What did you do?"
I didn't.
I didn't.
Did you believe me?
Look at it.
And I'm just kind of like searching
I
for the sound of her
a
voice.
Last-ditch effort for you, Tomer.
What?
I very quickly, without hesitation, cast protection from good and evil on you. I tell you to rip the rod out of the ground and
What
run.
am I gonna do?
Alright. I rip it out if I can.
Okay? Give me a strength athletics.
Come on.
Yeah, 20, yeah, 20, yeah, 20, yeah, 20.
I get advantage on this.
When? Are you in wolf form?
Yeah.
He's a hybrid.
Oh.
Yeah.
He still is.
18.
I forget we've done nothing.
You
Big
attempt to
snowman.
pull on it. It doesn't even budge. But I need a constitution save from you.
That thing is.
Are we gonna have
Oh,
like
I
a
have +2. It's great.
power friendship moment where we all put our hands on it and try to pull it
As we're all dying.
together?
9.
9.
Ooh.
You take 7 points of damage as you feel the flesh on your hands where it is grabbing around this rod, burning as if covered in acid.
I would like to
Did
do
it
a stupid,
work?
please.
Run!
Okay. What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm gonna real quickly do me a little hand slicey so that I'm bleeding,
She just
Okay.
wants a snack.
and I'm gonna go up to the rod and say, "You're coming home," and attempt to yank it out the fucking ground.
Okay, give me a strength athletics.
But strength.
Athletics.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
Either
athletics. Oh, is it either or?
No,
No,
it's
this one's
Or,
athletic.
okay.
It
Strength
I-
is-
okay.
strength
It's
is-
the same
athletics
strength.
is a strength
it's
base.
It's a plus 0 either way. It's
Yeah.
fine. There's a 13.
okay, and roll a constitution save.
That is a 24.
Okay, so you only take 2 points of damage as it seems to burn your hands as if it was acid.
Run.
Yeah, at that point, Gold can take a hint. He begins making his way out as quickly as he can.
Okay, I will need everyone to make a wisdom save
Oh boy.
as you have no idea what direction you are. With the shaking of this cavern, the fog filling it, you can't see more than about 5-10 feet in front of you. You don't know where you are.
That is a 16 from Gold.
Okay? What'd you get there, Jen? A 1?
11.
So first I want to say the number, and then I want to say something else, alright? So
Okay.
I got a 12, and regardless of result,
Fuck.
Leon's intent right now is to rush towards Persephone and try to, grab her and lead
Okay.
her along.
That's
Okay.
fair enough.
You all attempt to move together. You grab Persephone and you start pulling her with the group.
Come with me!
You think you're going in the right direction. You're not exactly sure. It's hard to tell. Everything is shaking violently. This gas is starting to kind of choke your lungs as you're trying to inhale, and now you're getting this fog inside you as well as blocking your vision. You eventually find yourself in what looks to be a dead end of a tunnel.
Oh, is this the tunnel that I was talking about earlier?
Possibly.
Talking about that's making sir.
You find yourselves in a tunnel, and you realize as you can feel the walls and going around and can see about 5 to 10 feet, like, oh crap, this doesn't go anywhere. While you are there,
Yep.
While you're there, you hiccup. I need everyone to give me perception checks.
I'm good at that one.
That's you're funny. 8.
Okay.
I got a 14.
11.
13.
Okay. You three do not notice that the walls seem to be moving.
I noticed.
You notice coming out of the walls now are beetles, centipedes, spiders, all sorts of little things, tons of them. And all three of you get bit and attacked by these things. As
Party wipe.
that's not going to hit you.
Oh, you're at 8.
Does a 15 hits you?
My
though?
AC is an 11,
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
what I thought.
absolutely.
Okay, so
30 damage.
as the centipedes bite into you, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Man, I'm lucky that didn't hit me.
Leon, a 17, will that hit you?
Yep.
As the spiders,
Yeah.
Just it. This is so much harder than shit.
I know, that's why I
you
took
take 11 points of piercing damage.
Leafy fucking spiders, dang.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right. You start working your way along the walls, now trying to avoid these swarms of insects that are continuing to pour out of the rocks and move towards you. As you make your way back into the large space of this central chamber, I once again need wisdom saves.
Can I have a turn to do something before I do
If
more
you'd like
things?
to, yes.
Can I turn on my blink?
You want to turn on Blink? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Cool. Also, if I have the ability to do so, I also want to summon my doggo again.
What you get?
I got my nat 1 for the session.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, what are we making?
Wisdom
Six?
save.
16.
Okay.
16.
18.
Okay. This time, using the wall and making your way around, trying to avoid the insects that are pouring more and more into this chamber, you do finally make it towards where you feel the ground kind of rising up the path, which is what you remember from coming into this place in the first place. As that ground rises up, it is still covered in this fog that just seems to be filling more and more up into the space. Rocks begin to fall, and I need dexterity saves from everybody.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Second nat 1.
Oh,
For a 7.
ouch.
That's still higher than me. I rolled higher.
Yeah, I got a plus
15.
6 in
I
my
got
save.
16.
4.
Both of you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I did turn on blink. So the possibility.
Roll to
it
see
was
if
like
you're-
in terms of timing, I
Roll
wasn't
to
sure.
see if you're there.
I am not.
Okay, so you don't take the damage,
Fuck
but
yeah.
you do. So you took 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
We're getting close to favorite boys.
As you
Don't be
move
dying
up,
this
Why do you think I turned on blink?
as you
Um.
move up and around,
Am I able to see Gold at all?
as long as he's within 5 to 10 feet of you.
Can I approach within 5 to 10 feet of him?
Sure. In fact, why don't we go ahead and what is your marching order?
I'll go first.
I am third to last. I'm trying to trail Persephone along and make sure the two ahead of me are also safe.
Third to last.
So it would be me.
Yeah,
He's in
so-
third.
Okay.
Me, Gold.
Third to
Logan,
last would
Persephone.
actually be like fucking.
Never mind. I'm
Yeah,
stupid.
Wait, that would be first.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Don't worry about me.
So, Tomer at the head of the pack.
Probably.
Sure, I'll be second.
Second for gold.
I
Third.
would assume I'm in
Third to
the
And then Patch will be kind of.
Well,
tailing you guys.
Probably in the middle-ish.
Oh, he's probably like right near where you are.
I
You
was
and-
gonna say, if my doggy can exist, I want him to also exist next to me.
How long does he stick around for when you bring him in?
5 minutes.
Probably not that.
He's...
Well, I can read.
You can redo it.
Is what I was going for.
Yeah, if you,
I
if
would
you
have
want to
spend
resummon him,
the
yeah, he
ability
can join
to
you.
do. Okay, I just want to
He
make
can
sure I
join
was able to spend
Yep.
it. Okay, so Doggy is existing, and
Yep.
he can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. So if that becomes relevant.
Okay, good to know. Leon.
So, I'm within 5 to 10 feet of Gold.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I can see him, and
He looks pretty beat up.
I shout out to him. I say, "You are getting out of here. We all are." And I cast at 3rd level Healing Word. So you are going to get 9 hit points. Wait. Yep, 9 hit points back.
Nice.
Thanks, Leon.
Just focus on running.
Oh, because he's in front of you, isn't he?
As you continue, you make it up to the chamber that had the rats in it. It's again hard to see what's going on because of this fog that is perpetually filling this place. But you know, based on where you were and how you came in here, that this is that other second large open chamber. Not as tall as the one you were in before, but open wide. I need another set of wisdom saves from everyone to try to find the correct way out.
Jason, you're not going to believe this.
Another nat one?
This is my 3rd nat 1 in a row.
You
Well,
too?
Odds of that
No,
are
I switch dice
ridiculous.
every time.
Well, stop doing that.
Exactly. Oh my god. Besties.
What'd you get?
16.
And
I have not rolled yet.
Also, my dog has a nose, I would assume, and I'm following him mostly.
okay, what's he trying to smell for?
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Not
Not
murder.
smoke.
Not putrid.
Yeah,
Fog?
I don't know.
It
I
kinda-
just if it's ever relevant, I'm
Not
just
really.
throwing it out there.
not really.
If not,
14.
that's fine.
Okay, good to know. So, you guys, as you're moving around through here,
Gold's not having a good day.
Neither do I know.
you manage to actually make it through this chamber towards the end where the lift was. And you see the lift is sitting there. However, as you're running through this chamber, I need dexterity saves from everyone. As you get close to the lift, and you hear as the lift itself slams into the ground and shrapnel flies everywhere.
Nat 20 plus 4.
All right.
22.
19.
7, but I still have blink on, and I'm not there.
All right. So
Amazing.
I know it's been super
you three
helpful.
take 1
for
point of
once.
damage. It was
Because
3,
normally
but
it's-
reduced to half.
Normally, it's not helpful.
And then half of one is
No. Well, yours it's 1 minimum. You
Half
always
of
take
1 is 1.
Yeah, half of 1 is 1,
We'll
basically.
round up that point half. Motherfucker.
All right, you've now made it to where the lift is, but it has crashed down. You now have this very tall, open shaft leading up from whence you originally came in, but the lift is destroyed.
How about a lot of
much
rods and shafts today?
How much distance was the lift from
A
memory?
good 100 feet at least.
I think I can actually make that.
Bruce said, "Don't worry, the rocks falling is just the elevator music."
So, Jason, let me go ahead and take you through my train of thought here.
Okay.
So, what I would like to do is I would like to use the vertical jump action to get myself higher in the air. And I want to chain together a few effects here. With
Patch
your,
is also a bunny. Who can do that? For help.
Well,
purpose.
Patch is just gonna long stride jump up to the top.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, he bunny, he could do that.
Well, let's see what...
I want to see what
no,
characters
have
it's here.
that.
So, I want to use a vertical leap action, get myself further in the air.
Okay.
Then I would like to Misty set myself 30 feet in the air. And then I'd like to, afterwards, while I'm grabbing onto the rocks, etherealize myself to get myself back up to the top of the lift. to pull some rope down.
While you're ethereal.
Well, I would be out of ethereal once I make my way up to the top. But
Okay, so you're not carrying the rope with you like here, give me that strand.
no. I would be dropping the rope afterwards.
Yeah, it's
but,
with your stuff. I see.
Yes, and due to, or actually, based on the amount of time I can be in ethereal, I can just ethereal the whole way up.
Okay, well in that case, you go ahead and do that.
I vanish.
Okay, so
I can't see you. It's fine.
gold has vanished, and a little bit later, you see a rope dangle down in the space before you, and you can kind of hear Gold's voice from way up above. Grab the rope.
Oh, Tumblr was already gonna start free climbing with his claws.
You're just gonna
Fucking
try to
rope
free
just
climb it.
slaps you in the
Yeah,
face on
just
the way
wolf,
down.
Okay.
wolf, try to wolf run it up.
What's your movement speed?
40 feet.
40. So that means you do 20 feet of climbing per round for a normal move. So you could do 40 max per round if you're devoting to that. So I will need 3 strength athletics checks for that.
For the rest of you, you guys have a rope.
Yay!
I will take the rope.
If you use the rope, okay, you can do a strength athletics with advantage. And again, it would be 3 in total. It's much easier with using the rope.
Doggo is not coming with. He's
No.
gonna poop out at that point.
I got mine when you're ready.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
18, and 20.
Okay, good enough. Alright, are you also climbing up the rope?
I'm gonna wait behind until everyone else has gone ahead
Okay.
first, just to make sure.
But then you're going to climb?
But then I'm gonna climb.
So I'll need from you and from you.
13, 16, 6.
Okay,
Is
good.
it-
You're fine.
Oh, cool. I thought I was gonna fall at the end there.
The rope is very useful.
Cool.
15.
DC 5.
Oh,
Just don't fuck it up, basically.
Well, I did roll a 1, so it was
Yeah.
my
Still.
advantage that helped.
Yeah.
It was a 1 and a 6.
15, 10, and 7.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So all of you are now up at the top. Patch also makes it up relatively easy. You're all up at the top of the shaft.
Hehehehe.
Yeah.
I don't like this fog.
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
I'm not gonna make it worse trying to get out of it.
Okay, and as you are in this fog, you're now at the top of where the lift brought you up. And you start making your way through the passageway towards an intersection. And as you get there, I need dexterity saves from everybody. And if you haven't figured it out by now, these are all group checks.
9.
Again,
15.
9.
9
plus,
and
it
15.
would be 2 plus. It's
Mike, I need
What's
some
your
new
total?
dice.
Okay, they're saves, so it's not an automatic failure out of natural 1.
7.
2.
Okay, and then you had 9, and you had
15.
15. Okay.
Oh.
Leon's carrying right now.
Yeah.
So
So
massage his back later.
Yeah.
everyone except for Leon takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks begin to fall and block off one of the pathways.
I have one very important question. Has it been a minute since I cast Blank?
Absolutely, it took
Okay.
longer than that to.
Cool. That's what I
find the
assumed.
fucking-
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure. Worth a shot. 9 is that.
So I know how Gold is looking because I just healed him for 9.
Yeah, I would be dead otherwise.
How are the other 2 looking?
Not great.
I'm fine.
Not great.
It's fine, not great. Okay, am I able to see Persephone and Gold?
Yeah, you can see everyone because you're all very
Okay,
close
I just
to each
wanna
other.
make
Can I down a potion? Is that a thing I can?
If you want to,
I
yes.
would love to.
Alright, then in that case, if you're gonna down a potion, I'll just heal Gold.
So it's like I need to down a potion or I'm fucked.
So, sort of half jokingly to put a bit more spirit back into Ghoul.
We got hospitalized for carrying the weight of the group save.
Wait, who said that?
Alex Carpenter.
Alex Carpenter.
Awesome.
He's not wrong.
I guess so. So.
Fucking
Oh
piece
God.
of shit. Alright, what is this?
I need some new dice. Critical Gaming Supplies needs to hook me up.
Yeah, come on, Critical Games.
I think it's because I'm sitting in this chair.
I'm still also not looking great.
I don't know.
Okay.
Daniel was rolling really good last time he sat there.
I'll be fine. Maybe.
Okay, so Leon sees gold first, and then we'll get to Persephone.
Yeah, no, he needs it for sure.
And so, like, sort of like half jokingly, just to put some spirit back into him, he says, "Come on, you're supposed to be the leader. You know, keep it together." And that's good rolls. So you're gonna get 12 HP back gold because I cast Healing Word at 3rd, and then at 2nd level I look to Persephone if I have the action available still.
You are kind of right now hanging out as rocks are falling all around you. Just
Okay.
let you know.
So then 2nd level Healing Word towards Persephone, and I say, "And you, I have words for you later, but for now you need to live." And I'm going to give you a minimum, awesome, 5 HP back.
Can't kill me if I'm dead.
And as you are sitting there casting spells and rocks are falling all around you, I need another set of dexterity saves.
Oh, I would assume we were moving as
Yeah,
much as
I
humanly
kinda-
possible.
like, 'cause it's
I
healing
can
You're still going.
Alright.
Okay,
So
I
I
was like,
didn't roll
I
a
can
1 this time.
multitask.
You rolled a
But
2.
I
Sorry,
did
you
roll a
said-
2.
Yeah.
Dex save?
Yep.
Can
So
you
8.
I got 16.
here take this?
Same.
All right.
Oh, had 20 on that one.
You're welcome.
All right.
The second I swap dice, it's nat 20.
With 11.
So James.
So you take a whopping 3 points. Everyone else takes 1.
Yay!
Because you all made the rest of you made it.
Now I'm at 30.
You now find yourselves as you are blocked off from one path that you're pretty sure was the way you needed to go. There's a door that leads into a familiar room, one where you found your new sword. And then the path continues on straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Well, hold on. Let's see if we can clear the path. We don't know what's down there.
I would prefer the way I already know leads us out versus the way I don't know that leads me fuck if I know.
Well, you can't go the way that leads you out because that just got blocked off by
sorry,
rockfall.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
How blocked off is it? Like, completely collapsed?
Oh, it's collapsed. That
Okay.
entire
Well,
section
he'd
is
be
gone.
fine, because
I-
if he kept concentrating on etherealness, he could just...
I could get out.
Yeah, I could just out of the mountain. Leave you all for dead.
Yeah, I was like, I can know bad in there,
Okay,
but
who
that
dis?
doesn't do shit for you guys.
If I could see on the other side of the rock,
Shovel of
missed
digging
except for
plus
2.
3.
Can I?
It's true.
Can I?
I've got 1 spell slot left. I'm saving it for a real bad.
Chaos Bolt the path through the rubble.
You can try to chaos
I'm
Oh,
bolt it.
gonna.
I'm gonna see you casting a spell, and I'm immediately going to try and stop you. We don't know if the gas is flammable. Don't cast a spell.
One way to find out. Cast spell.
I'm gonna
Everyone
cover-
die!
I'm gonna
Well,
cover-
let me actually think what spell I've got.
I'm gonna cover her mouth if it requires verbal components.
Well, we'll find out. in
Well,
2
hog tire if it
seconds.
requires fucking semantics.
I'm gonna grab one of her wrists.
It does require, so I guess I'm not casting.
No, you are not fucking casting a spell. We will conk your
I'm
ass
so
out
sorry,
first.
Jen.
I'm trying to help.
I will
guys.
put you in
We
the
don't
bag
wanna
that I gave you.
Actually, that's a good idea. Can I hop in the bag while you guys get me out of here?
You'll die by the time we get up.
Suffocation!
I don't know
Either
these
way!
things.
Woo, woo.
Jen knows. Percy has no idea.
Alright, well, let's fucking run.
So you,
Book
which
it.
are you going into the room, or are you going down the further pathway?
Down the path.
Down the path.
Yeah, the
room's not gonna do
room is
anything.
not gonna do shit.
All right.
They can dip down the pathway. I'm gonna take a quick detour to the room just to check if there is anything.
Here's your buddy.
It's just filled with fog.
Down the path.
Nobody.
Okay.
Is there like a perception check I could make?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's what you find nothing. No, it's a 9.
You closed your
It's
eyes.
too foggy in here to see
Hmm.
really anything.
I think there's fog.
I'm nowhere near you.
I know.
I'm gone.
So you continue on down the path. You eventually, it opens up into a larger chamber. It's not as big as some of the others you've been in, but it is a bit larger chamber. And as you are in there, the fog is especially thick in here. I need everybody to make con saves.
That's a bad roll.
7.
12.
4. Ooh.
All of you now have the poison condition.
Oh boy, I love
Does
that.
anyone know what that does?
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack.
Oh, that's fine. What ability checks am I doing to get
That's
out of here?
skills.
Literally all of them?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay. Now,
This
you're in this new chamber.
and
There does not seem to be any obvious pathway out of here. It's very thick with fog. It is very hard to see. What are you guys doing now?
I would
Cry.
like to make an investigation check on the wall, see if there's any thin spots that may lead into another cave passageway. I know that
Okay.
these mines sometimes interconnect.
We're
Okay.
gonna help him.
You're going to help? Okay, so you got advantage on that.
Well, they're distracted.
Now,
I'm gonna go
remember,
back and grab the sack.
remember, you are poisoned, so that would give you disadvantage, but
So it's
because
a
he's
flat
assisting you, it's a flat roll.
That's why I make sure it's a flat roll.
Do an exorcism for the
This
dice.
roll ain't got no curve.
Is there another one? Swear
my
to God,
God.
Zach, I'm gonna burn your dice.
I gave you my fucking dice, you piece of shit. Stop.
Alright, time to supply him with more dice to curse.
I already did. And he chose to ignore it.
What's happening?
Okay.
Curse this one.
Oh,
You are having
that's a
no,
D10.
you are having no luck finding anything.
Just kidding, curse this one.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yep. You are having no luck finding anything. Is there anything else that you're going to attempt to do?
And there's no immediate passageway out, correct?
Not
There's
that
no
you can
door.
see.
Even
It's so
on the,
thick and with fog in here. It's really hard to tell.
feeling like going along the walls and doing a touch.
So
like-
you're gonna try to
I'm gonna
investigate
do a
as well.
touch, yes.
Okay.
I'm
So
do
that's
a
going to be at
touch.
disadvantage unless
That's-
anyone's assisting.
It's fine. Oh, that's an 18.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, her,
the other one's a
her-
20.
Nice. Okay.
What with investigation's a 19.
Nice.
Yeah, I
So
missed my 20.
as
but
Gold is
whatever.
kind of fumbling around, you're coughing a bit from this fog, this vapor that you've been inhaling. Persephone just kind of walks along, touching the walls, and as you're going through, you actually get your fingers into like a crack in the wall, and you're like, "What's this?" And you just kind of pull at it, and some of the rock crumbles away,
Timber.
and you see a very tight passageway that seems to be leading on somewhere.
All right, suck it in, boys.
Yep, you will be squeezing to get through here.
Am I gonna fit in my hybrid form?
Yeah, but you'll be squeezing.
You're still a medium creature.
Suck it in. Let's go.
So
I lead.
I assume you guys follow down
I
that
am
path.
leading like an idiot.
Yeah, it's that or die, and I like living.
Yeah.
Me
All right.
too, I'll be real.
So as you are leading down that path,
Oh shit. Triple shit.
That's a lot
that
of shit.
is
How many bug bites?
2.
16 to hit,
15, 20.
16
11,
to hit,
Yeah.
nat 1, 16 to hit. I rolled 3 13s and a 1.
Just meets Macy.
Alright.
And that just meets it? Okay. So all of you...
Actually, no, hold up. My armor class is more since I'm in hybrid form.
You get a +1, yeah.
That's
Oh,
17.
so you got missed.
Nice.
But you two got very lucky with the damage rolls. You two take 5 points of piercing damage as beetles bite you as you're trying to squeeze through this place.
That's not very nice.
But eventually, after what seems like a solid minute or two of trying to hold your breath to get small and move through here in some locations, some parts of it, you eventually come out into a chamber that was
Over here.
familiar.
You literally did a freaking loop.
You want those mushrooms?
Yeah.
Into a chamber that was familiar where the mushrooms that you chopped to hell are all cut up. And again, the fog is here. It is fairly thick, but not as thick as it was. I need everyone to make Constitution saves to see if you shake off the poison condition at this point.
That was cocked.
18.
You're fine now.
12.
You are still poisoned.
13.
Or did I need disadvantage on that?
No, it's not on saving throws.
Just on ability checks.
14.
You two make it. You two are still
Oh,
poisoned.
thank God. Okay.
Yeah, so you two are still poisoned, but
Death.
you have made it. As you go now through that path, the shaking gets more and more. More rocks are falling. I need dexterity saves from everybody.
I want to.
Ooh! Is the die working? Is it a nat one?
To do so.
What?
Take your die back. I've cursed this one too.
Yeah!
Give me another dice.
It's right there. Use it.
Exactly.
I did use it.
Yeah, and it gave you a 20.
How does
No,
he
no, no.
manage?
You keep using it. It gave you a 20.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry. What am I rolling? I'm not paying attention anymore.
You're rolling a dexterity save.
Roll for therapy.
That was poor decision making.
Okay, so what'd you get? Oh, you got a net one.
Yeah,
right?
so 7.
5.
11.
21.
Okay.
I want to turn off blink as soon as I can.
I'm gonna
I need to.
Some time to
3.
realign.
All of you except for Tomer take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as more rocks fall. The pathway is getting really difficult at this point and hard to navigate, but you do manage to make it into the...
Gold is on death saves.
Oh, you are down.
Unconscious?
I am down and poisoned.
As soon as
That's
I see
nice.
that, I'm gonna pick him up.
Okay, so
Oh,
you pick
I
up gold.
cannot turn
Yeah,
off
I'm picking up
blink.
gold body.
And I'm
That's
gonna pop
upsetting.
another healing word.
Okay.
You are getting back. I think you won. You're getting back 8 points of healing. I wish I was a cleric right
I will eventually.
now.
Give me time.
Time!
All right. You now find yourselves in the chamber you first entered this place into. And you can see through this fog, you know that on the far end is the pathway to get out. However, as you are going through there, I need you to make another set of dexterity saves.
I really don't want to.
Come on, good dice.
Alright, am I up and moving by myself?
You
Am I
are
on that
now.
check now?
You are now.
Okay.
Alright, that's a 19.
Okay.
I rolled a 13, guys. Don't get too excited.
14.
30, 20.
60.
Okay. All of you avoid the rocks as there more of them are falling down. But as you get towards the end of the entrance, you see 2 very large things moving in the fog.
Not today!
Tomorrow!
I yell at them.
And they seem to be not blocking off the exit path, but very close to it. You can't tell if they can see you or not. You can see movement. You can't tell exactly what it is. And, you know, you guys are also moving, so maybe they see that too, but you might not be able to tell what you are. It's up to you what to do at this point. You can attempt
I say we
to...
keep going and try to get out.
You can attempt to try to get out past these things, but whatever they are, if they're hostile, they might get to swing at you.
I'm gonna do
Because you're going to get very close to them.
I'm gonna do a thing before you all start doing shit. Mage Hand combined with either thaumaturgy or prestidigitation, whichever one will accomplish the thing. Do one of these to tap him on the shoulder, and then some fucking noise bullshit behind him the other way to try to draw him away from the exit.
Okay? You can't really see a shoulder.
Okay,
But you
well,
can-
you know,
to
a
tap.
part, yeah, you know.
To tap on
yeah,
whatever it is that's moving over there.
something.
Okay. I'll allow that. So, you go ahead and do that. What is it everyone else doing? What is the rest of the group
I'm
doing?
notching it out and shooting it in the opposite direction away from us. Trying to lure there.
Okay.
That way.
I'm going to prepare an action. I'm going to prepare Misty Step, and I'm going to prepare to draw them away if necessary. That way the group can escape.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume I am decently obscured by this fog, so I'm going to continue forward while stealthing. Of course, at disadvantage, because poison condition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nat 20, so...
That's nice. And a 1?
Disadvantage. Does
Almost.
not say
Almost.
nice.
12.
Oh, okay.
I forget how high your plus is to stuff.
Plus 10, yeah. I would have had 30 if it was the nat 20.
I don't have a plus 10 in anything.
Expertise, baby.
And so you're attempting to move past towards the exit path?
Yeah.
Okay. As you are moving up that way towards there, you eventually get close enough. You can see a little bit more about what these things are. Again, your visions is kind of restricted because of the fog. But you see 2, 3, 4, 5. How many fucking legs does this thing have? Oh, shit. As there are multiple legs coming off this giant bulbous body and another one of those giant spiders. As 2 of them are moving around in that area. And the one that is closest hears you as you notice them and kind of, for a moment, kind of catch your breath a little bit and go... And when you make that small amount of noise, its body spins towards you. And it attacks. A dirty 20 will definitely hit you.
Really?
Yes. As you take a whopping 4 points of piercing damage, and I need a constitution save.
Also about that, right?
Mhm.
At any point, can I make a con save to get rid of the poison condition? as well?
You were about to get one of those here shortly.
Okay. Constitution save against spider. 18.
Okay. So, you only take 4 points of poison damage, and with that constitution save, you actually aren't poisoned, and you don't have the poison condition anymore. Okay. Because both of those rolled into 1. So you are no longer poisoned.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, that's what happens. All of you hear a and Leon go, ah! As something attacks him.
Fuck. I draw my bow and arrow.
I drop my bow and I whip out the ball.
Okay?
I guess we're gonna see if this gas is flammable for Persephone.
Oh, sweet!
No! I'm gonna stab a motherfucker.
Alright. Well, in this house, we...
Roll for initiative!
Alright.
Zach,
Really?
I was gonna say if you draw them in, our thunder wave, do damage to both of us. The other 2 can escape.
Yeah.
That's our best motivation.
Wow.
Because you can ethereal out of there, and then I can just
I can't ethereal one.
Yeah, I know.
That's a once per day. I
Out
already
of
used it.
spells is kind of...
All we gotta do
I've
is
got
stay
Misty
down here
Step
for
to
a whole
escape
day.
if I can just draw them away. Because I can easily just draw them away and Misty Step to just sprint. Because I doubt they have
Alright.
more than 40 movement.
So... 20 to 25.
Oh, I didn't even roll mine.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta
20.
roll it.
Oh,
What was it?
20.
20?
Do I have disadvantage on this? Or
No, not on...
Initiative, boo-boo.
I don't know what poison stops me from doing.
Nah.
Well, initiative is a
20.
skill check, but...
Okay, so... Who's got the higher dex?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, so... Got Leon. And I'm going to put you at a 21. And Gold at 20. Okay. 15 to 20.
15.
Okay. And 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
It's a 6.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. So, Leon, you're up first.
I'm gonna stab a bitch.
Okay.
Do I have disadvantage on this attack or anything?
You're not poisoned anymore.
Well, it's just it's foggy.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Alright. First attack. You got a funny number. It starts with 1. Okay, second attack. We got a funny number.
No way.
It starts with 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
So,
Not
Those
this
miss.
way. This way.
Those definitely miss. As this thing,
Not good.
Cast a metagame on the party.
ouch. Yeah, that's a nat 20 with this. So it definitely hits you.
Total party was-
You are restrained as it spits out webbing that almost plasters you to the wall.
Bitch.
On your turn, you can attempt to break free from that.
Yeah.
But you are currently restrained.
So let's see. We've got rods, shafts, sticky stuff. I mean, what are you trying to fucking say?
Hey, this shit just writes itself in my
I
side.
my
Alright, Gold, you're up.
I obviously didn't see any of this shit because of the fog.
No, you're too far away. Leon snuck up and he was trying to be stealthy.
With how massive these bodies are, though, I can see them off.
You can see the movement, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna move. How far away am I?
Probably 25 feet.
Okay. I'll go ahead and move 10 forward so I can get a better perspective.
You
of it.
can see them, not clearly, but now you can definitely see what they are.
Yeah. Doing with that now seed knowledge, I'm gonna go ahead and do my good old ranger action of using my Horizon Walker magic.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and make 2 attacks against the one that I first see in my vision.
Okay, that'll be the one that is further away from Leon.
Okay. Make 2 attacks. That is a. Firstly, a 23, and the other is a 17.
As you guys are there, you see Gold step up a little bit, and you hear the familiar twang of his bowstring twice, and hear and thump, thump, as 2 arrows slam into the body of this creature, and you hear it screeching. Go ahead and give me your damage.
First hit is a 22 for damage.
22 for damage.
It's
Okay.
force damage.
Yep.
And then the second one, get rid of that extra d8, is an 11 for damage.
As this one drops.
That was max damage, by the way.
You're welcome.
All right.
Skill checks? Fuck that. Damage? We all about it.
Well, that was the one that would have been next.
It is no
So
more.
now it is Tomer's turn.
Bonus action, crimson right. Take 3 damage.
Bro, you're in a position to give yourself damage.
I have more health than most people.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm running up at the one that attacked Leon.
Okay.
Full force.
All right.
I go swingy, swingy. One is a 16, the other one is a 14.
Okay. As boom, you slam your hammer into into the body of this thing twice.
Oh,
Give me damage.
How
How many d6 are you rolling, my guy? 3 times 2. Or it's just.
No, well, it's 2d6, and then I add a third one for crimson right. 6. 14 for the first one.
Okay.
$16 on the second.
As this thing is squished flat, you are still restrained, Leon, but it ain't there anymore.
Hey there.
So
We are out of initiative at this point, but I need dexterity saves from everybody.
I'm restrained. Do I have
You don't
disadvantage or automatically fail?
You automatically fail.
That's what I thought.
16 for me.
All right.
1, 7.
With
With your die.
Oh!
Alright.
So I heard a 16.
16 for
16.
I don't get a save, remember?
Oh, that's right.
17.
Okay. You two take none. You two take 3 points of bludgeoning damage each as rocks falling all around you. The shaking gets even worse. Larger and larger chunks are falling down. What are you guys doing?
I'm ripping Leon off the wall with my claws, just and then just.
Okay.
Yeah, noping out of the room sounds
Okay, so you're basically taking an action to do
Yeah.
so. Okay.
I'm giving myself a pat on the back with healing word and saying, "You're doing great, Leon."
Okay, and
That's
the shaking is worse and worse and worse. I need another dex save.
Before you do so, I would like to ready an action, because I know this has been happening a lot. I'm going to use my last spell slot to ready action. If I hear these fucking rocks falling, I'm going to Misty step out of the way this time.
Okay.
Alright, what did you say?
You're
What
ready
save?
to dexterity save.
Dexterity. And I'm free to
You're
do
free
so
now.
Alright. Thanks, Tomer. What'd you get? 16, 14.
15.
If I get hit again, I go down, so I'm Misty stepping.
So, 16,
14.
14,
14, 15, 16.
14, 15, 16. Okay. I still need a roll from you, though. Because this is a group thing.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Also, Oscar.
He did the same thing
Are-
with
are-
my
are
die and then he
these-
got mad
That's
at me.
Scanlan.
Okay, that's music notes.
That's Scanlan's dice from Critical Role.
I thought that was sperm.
I mean, it would
I
make
mean,
sense
yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I mean, like-
It's fair enough.
Don't hate the
Additionally,
dice,
I
they
want to
help
say, when I next get the chance, I cast Healing Word on Gold once more at first level, and I say, "We're almost out of this. Just stay strong."
Okay. So,
For 7 more
as-
HP.
as that doesn't happen just yet,
Okay.
because you're moving.
Not just yet.
As you are attempting to flee, the entire ceiling above you begins to collapse in on you.
Bro, why?
You are running, and Tomer's falling a little bit behind. But Gold reaches back, grabs him, and pulls. Just as the ceiling collapses behind you, lots of rock and debris blast out and hit you. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Everyone?
Everybody.
No save?
That was from the save.
Wow.
What about
It's a group save.
What about
Now
my
you use your Misty Step. So you don't take the damage.
So what I think you.
Yes, because you're a hybrid form. Okay? But you manage to get out.
Do I?
As yes. Yes. But the entire
Oh,
mine is collapsed behind you. You guys notice Persephone
I don't
is
notice.
she's down.
no, that's what I'm saying. You guys notice Persephone is down and bleeding, not moving. As you're all kind of laying there on the ground.
Oh, actually,
There is no more fog.
was it? I assumed that it was not radiant damage, right?
No, it was.
I gotta make a charisma strength of the grave.
Go for it.
5 plus the damage taken, which was 17.
So that's 22.
All right. 19 plus 6.
You make it.
I'm
Amazing.
alive,
That is badass as fuck.
bitches.
Fuck yes.
I didn't hear no bell.
Nice.
I didn't hear
Nice.
that bell.
So yeah, you make it up. You're all beat up pretty hard.
Yeah, no gold
There
collapses
is-
hands and knees.
There is
Should've
dust
fucking taken teleport.
everywhere. The fog has not seeped out. It seems to be sealed away now. But it is clear that, I mean, you guys saw that ceiling collapsing. It was the entire chamber. This entire thing is blocked off. And who knows how long it would take to ever get back in there, if at all.
Well, we can find out.
Just ethereal.
I just etherealized back in there, yeah.
As I notice everybody's fine, I go back to my normal form and I just flop on the ground. Don't touch evil sticks in a cave, woman!
Using
Could
my
not
last
help myself.
using my last first level spell slot, I look to Persephone and I just flip her off. And you're gonna get 7 HP back.
Well, thanks.
Just so you guys know, as a group, you made that final save. If you hadn't, because you had failed 2 or more of the other group saves,
I don't know what you're talking about. We were doing great.
that would have been really, really, really bad.
We were doing
Backup
great.
characters.
I will say I would have gone down and taken
That could have been
almost half my max HP.
That-
I think
that could have been
if I had-
a TPK just because of failed saves.
All I know is I regret taking polymorph when I should have taken teleport. If I knew
I was gonna leave her.
that Patch had polymorph, I would have taken teleport and I would have been fine.
I was gonna Leroy Jenkins and be like, y'all run, I'll kill both spiders and just get the hell out.
I was about to darkness
This is
note
how
my
you
way
never
out
get
of
out.
there. There's a whole lot of not
I
my
agree,
fucking
Allo
problem.
1131. They just need to tame a purple worm and they can clear that pathway in 5 minutes. Of course, they don't really hang out in this climate. So,
Or we could get some purple
I-
worm poison and sell it.
well, there you go.
I would like to leave.
I kind of have some roleplay.
Yeah,
Oh.
leaving.
I
We
chased
can-
after her immediately.
I'm walking. I'm
Okay,
not
I
running.
didn't know if you meant like leave the situation or whatever.
Well, no, I mean, yes.
Well, but I mean
So
like
getting away from
Absolutely.
collapsed tunnel, I think.
that, and
I'm
also
going to
social
start
expectations.
Walking off.
Okay.
Where the fuck's even his town?
Not this way.
I'm just gonna look at. I was gonna look at Gold. I know we're not supposed to do this early. I open my flask. I take a swig. You need this more than I do.
I'm gonna crawl over next to Tomer and just start day drinking with him as we're laying down on the ground together. Well, we saved each other, that's for sure.
I hate caves so much.
Beautiful.
Never again.
Never again. Not worth the. Okay, worth the money.
Worth the money, but only barely.
Only sometimes.
Nope, not worth the money.
So
Can we talk about the elephant in the room here?
she's actually.
You
The
mean
elephant has
fiend?
walked off. Thank you very much.
She just left us here?
Oh, I
Well,
started to
I
fucking
was already
walk
trailing
away.
after
I'm not
her,
gonna
and I-
take
like,
a
you guys are
nap
doing
outside
that.
of this shit.
Oh, I wanted to say I was kind of like, let's get a move on.
I'm not taking a nap out here. I got shit to do.
I will slowly pick myself
Live
up and try to help Gold up, and we're just gonna carry each other as we're walking. Just
And
I
Patch
grab
kind
like a
of
cane.
tries to help you guys.
I grab a cane
not-
out of the bag of holding and chuck it over to you guys.
we don't have any canes in the back.
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna
put one
use
in
my
there.
short swords as canes.
I'm using them all.
Oh god,
I'm
that
using them all as a cane, man.
I'm sorry, I got this comment. ALO or Allo, however they want to say it, 1131. Caves are the Vox Machina doors of this group.
Oh God. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So, looking to Persephone, though, Leon starts to sort of hobble after her and tries to grab her shirt sleeve or, whatever kind of cloth and turn her around. And immediately just says, "Look, clearly you are more connected to this whole thing than you let on. And that's not even to mention everything about your past. What is your problem?"
currently, this fucking cave.
We're out of the cave, so
Yeah.
that is no longer your problem.
No, my problem is I'm trying to leave from the cave and it's not happening.
You don't ever bother to think twice, do
No.
you?
I barely do it the first time.
In character, Tomer's doing the exact same thing that I just did.
I don't think we hear that.
I was gonna be like,
Look, I don't know how you manage it, but in
Okay.
your current life and in your past life, you endanger everyone around you.
I assure you, I'm not the only one who wanted to touch the shiny stick. And in fact, I'm not the only one who touched the shiny stick.
He only touched it because of you, to try and make us safe.
How can you stay mad at that?
I'm gonna look at Gold and be like, do you think we're ever gonna just never stop doing this?
Just wait till we fuck that out.
No, I don't.
It's like a mother and her child, and it never ends.
And we're the two gay stepdads who need to intervene. Let's go, Dad.
And I will say this once and once only, Persephone.
We begin walking towards them.
Leave.
That's what I was trying to fucking do!
No. Leave the Blue Devils. Leave forever. You and your influences and associations, and I nearly died because of you on multiple occasions years ago.
Huh?
You were part of that stupid Thieves Guild. Or, what did you call it, the Empty Ones?
Something like that.
And I tried tracking you down time and again back in Ravensbarrow. Because your group was up to no good, and it was what I was hired to do. And you and your bastards put this hole in my abdomen that haunts me every day. And now you nearly kill the rest of the people that I've almost come to call family. So leave.
That was the thing I'm trying to do.
Listen. Let's go find somewhere to rest. And eat. And drink, please. I don't want any more yelling today. I just want to not be sober. Right now.
I assume that we would walk up after hearing, like, maybe the trailing end of
Oh
the
no,
argument.
you guys can hear us yelling for sure.
Yeah.
Leon, Persephone, I understand that you two have a troubled past and have differences that you can't set aside. But for now, let's go back to town, rest, and give it half a day to think about before we talk about this again. Let's have the whole group involved.
You let her stab us in our sleep?
I don't recall doing that.
But you could.
So
And you're
could
just as
any of
likely
you?
to.
I'd argue we all have the capacity for that violence, Leon.
But you wouldn't. She would.
I have yet to do so.
Can we just stop? Please.
Let's just
Stop.
go. We don't have time for this. Nor do I have the patience, and I begin walking off.
So the thing I've been doing the whole time, what are we gonna do when it's just fucking dandy?
All
Yes.
After hearing that kind of sad, I would turn around and make an unarmed strike at Persephone
Okay.
and just punch her right in the fucking
Roll.
mouth.
Roll an unarmed strike.
Nat 20.
16.
My AC's 11.
Yeah, you hit her.
Alright, so you only take 2 because I don't have any kind of proficiency in it.
Anyway, Jen, can I say fucking amazing job? Let's go. That was one of my favorite interactions in this campaign so far.
I loved it.
I've been waiting for like something like that for so long because we've had that past that we haven't really talked about together. And that your character doesn't even really know about.
No, I'm like, I don't fucking remember doing none of this shit.
That was good.
Fucking
That
love
was
that.
good. Inspiration.
What?
Both of you.
What?
Point of
DM
inspiration.
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 Point of inspiration for both of you.
W.
That was a really good interaction.
Roll for group therapy.
Jen,
Yeah, you get smacked by gold.
I believe he said
We're all
punch.
capable of this violence, and I'm not the one to
Okay,
do it.
I'm done.
And I walk off.
No, I pick her up, I throw her over my shoulder. We're just walking at this point. I'm done with this childish shit. We're gone. That's it.
I was still
I
walking.
don't care. Shut up.
Alright, I get comfy because it means I'm not walking now, so.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Freaking headache, and it's not even from the alcohol.
Vacation in Yotris, guys. Let's go.
you sure it's not the poison? Oh, by the way,
Yeah, you're
Roll
no
to
longer
get rid of it?
You're no longer poisoned.
just
You're good now.
alright, good.
It's been long enough that it wore off.
Just fucking squeeze it out.
On our happy little walk over our nice family reunion we're having, I am going to grab out of either my bag or the bag of holding appropriately, a flask and mage hand it over to man carrying me.
Okay.
I have my own flask.
Yeah, well this one has
Floating.
alcohol
That's
in
right.
it.
Because Gay Dad 1 needs his drink.
Oh, this is a
So
good
gay dad
how,
2 is abusive, gay dad 1 is an alcoholic.
How many
Jokes on
viewers
you,
do we have
I
right now?
like it.
8 viewers.
Ooh, nice.
So
Oh, fuck.
I just grabbed the flask. I just kept drinking and walking. I can't deal with this fucking headache.
And I start eating some chocolate.
all right.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yeah.
Gay dad 2 is currently grabbing dad.
it takes a while.
Alright.
It takes a while, as it was a bit of a hike to get from Dawnfall itself to where the mines are, because Dawnfall is more
Did-
kind of built into the foothills.
Did we walk here and not take a horse?
No, you guys walked.
You walked.
Because-
Why?
Because
The horses
Dawnfall
needed
starts
rest.
out more in the foothills, and then eventually the main portion of it is actually in the mountain, and then going through Dawnfall is
No,
Quite-
I
it's-
got you. You're
yeah,
getting
it's
the
quite
horse.
deep
Yeah, yeah.
into the mountain, and you had to take a long trek in there.
Mhm.
It takes you probably a good 2 hours at your current pace, being beat up and run down after everything that you've been through. Would have been a little quicker if you were in tip-top shape, but it's about 2 hours before you kind of get away from where all the mines are to back to Dawnfall as a city proper. There's plenty of places to go around here. You could grab yourself a room at one of the local inns. You could find just a restaurant to sit down at and grab some food, whatever. It's up to you. You can also try to find your way back to Uma and Unmar's home, but you don't necessarily. I mean, they were leading the way.
They have enough to do with.
Yeah.
We're not gonna.
They led the way from there to the mines, so you could find your way back. Might be a little difficult, but
Just
We'll go to an inn.
tavern, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just,
Preferably an inn, so we can at least. rest
yeah,
the
the
night.
closest nap spot.
no worries. It doesn't take you super long. Probably another 10 minutes or so. Just kind of walking around and looking, maybe asking a question here or there of, hey, where's the closest inn? But you eventually do find one. It seems cozy enough. You walk in there. There's a few people sitting down, eating meals, a couple having some drinks. Pretty much everybody in here is a dwarf. You don't see a single human, gnome, halfling, half-elf. It's everyone in here is a dwarf.
I want to find the most secluded booth or table away from everybody,
Mhm.
so we can have a discussion when we get to that table.
As you walk through and head over there, all eyes are looking towards this strange grouping that doesn't
I know
even
what
have a
you're
dwarf
talking about.
among them.
None of us are irregular here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head directly to the counter where I can buy us some robes.
Who be you?
Gold. Who be you?
Gold. I mean, you got some gold.
Got plenty. You got robes?
Mayhaps. How much gold you got?
Enough. How nice your robes.
Nice enough.
I like dwarven towns. These are great.
I see.
I go ahead and just toss him 15 gold.
How many rooms you needing?
Just one.
4? I'll send you some supper, too.
Thank you, my friend.
Puts it down, pulls out some keys, hands you 4 keys.
Pleasure.
He looks you up and down for a second, sees how beaten up, dirty, just wrecked you look. Don't you be starting any trouble now.
Oh, we left trouble far behind.
Better. Aye. On with you.
I had 2, where I could presume I would see the 3 of you in a booth, just grumpily sitting together.
For what it's worth,
I'm the
I'm
mediator.
not sitting next to
I'm
you.
literally I'm the freaking mediator between these two
Yep,
children.
gay stepdad 1 is in between the 2 children. I love this family dynamic.
Yes. And meanwhile, Patch is over here like the distant cousin going, you guys are all crazy.
You guys got some fucked up trauma.
Yeah.
4 Aragorns in discount Prancing Pony. Man, what the fuck?
So, you're all sitting down now. You found there's plenty of booths available. I mean, like I said, there's some dwarves in here eating, drinking, but the place isn't packed. So there's plenty of space. You find a spot.
I'll sit down. I'll wait for Gold to come back. You got the rooms?
G. Probably eats it.
Rest. Discuss tomorrow. Everybody good with that?
Splendid.
Alright. Let's go rest and eat, because I'm sick of this shit.
On my way up, take a fairly attractive dwarf, you with me. See if that works.
Give me a persuasion check.
10. Oh, shit.
You're my tall for me, lass. He turns back. Starts back to his conversation. Sure.
Looks to the guy to his right. At the same table.
So,
Fine, then,
you got a thing for tall girls?
You ever been with a demon before?
Yeah. Next. 19.
Okay. The guy he's talking to, that he turned to talk to, just looks at him, looks back at you, looks at him, looks back at you, and goes, "You're lost!" Gets up, walks over, starts walking up with you.
Alright, cool.
Where would Gold go for a bath around here?
Depends how
Have to
nice is
ask
the room.
I'm gonna go back up to the counter and ask.
Okay.
Hate to trouble you once again,
No, you don't.
where the fuck could I take a bath around here?
A bath. Try the hot springs.
That sounds lovely. Where are they?
He
Tosses
gives
in
you,
him another gold.
he takes it. He gives you directions. It's probably a good 20-minute walk down a couple streets, blah, blah, blah. But then you end up getting, if you go that way, he just says that you would end up at the hot springs, which is what it is and what the business is. As you would see a large structure, mostly built from carved stone, that has right above it the hot springs. And walking into there, you would see that it is literally a business where, basically they take a charge, they give you towels, whatever you want, and it's kind of like a day spa, but it is natural hot springs.
Hey, Tomer,
Yeah.
you want to try a hot spring?
Fuck. Yes!
Drop your
What?
shit off in your room. Let's go.
I'm dropping my shit off in my room.
Drop off the adventuring gear.
All right.
I don't need to bring swords and daggers and a bow.
No,
There's
probably
30
not.
arrows there.
Yeah,
Probably not. Which you probably need to get a new bow, by the way, since you dropped it.
I don't care anymore
Yeah.
about
Just
the
letting you know.
I could have had 2 bows at once.
Okay, Hawkeye.
Just like the wood of the bow floating midair, and he just pulls the strings of the boat on.
I have one bow like this, and I just put the other one like just make an X.
It's a plus bow.
There you go.
All 4 axis directions.
Yes. He has soap.
All
That is
planes
true.
of existence.
Tomer definitely brings lots of soap. There's a whole shopping episode on soap.
Actually, before we
much.
leave, I'm gonna look at Leon. Leon, you're coming. You need to de-stress. You're coming.
Boys Day.
It's
then-
boys spa day!
And as we walk past Persephone's room, I'm going to, with all the energy that I have left, do the most vicious growl to scare the shit out of that guy that he's with Persephone. Just to
Give me an
make
intimidation check.
fuck yes.
You do this as they are walking up the stairs.
Intimidation?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Hold it.
I want it to be a 1,
I
please.
have a
Oh, that'd
response
be
too.
great.
25.
I have a
Holy
response.
shit, 19 plus 4.
It's not needed.
19 plus 4 is not 25.
Oh, it's
It's 23.
23 more.
Even better, it's not needed. Nat 20 plus
Oh.
his bonus.
Sweet.
He looks at you as you make this vicious growl, and he goes, "Ha! Jealous!"
I was gonna say, suck it up, Buttercup, he's with me and slap it, but it's fine.
Fucking
Yeah, no, he says jealous as he looks you dead in the eye as he's
Do we
continuing up past
open the door
and
when this happened? Like,
and grabs you.
Oh, no, I thought
You're going up the stairs.
I thought they were already in the room. The door was closed. I was waiting for that.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought,
I was waiting
too. I
for
was
that
like,
moment to
how
scare
is-
the shit out of
how
them.
is
all.
he
Oh, so you're
looking
growling
at
while
the
the
man?
while the door is
just
closed.
to like give like a weird noise, like the room is haunted or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Just scare
No,
them.
he's not paying attention to that.
Oh yeah, I know he's not.
he thought it was coming from me, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd actually hear from in the room like, "Oh, she's a beast."
Fuck it. I go to the bar after hearing that. I look at the dwarf. Hey, listen. Fill this flask with whatever you have that will make me forget today.
Takes it, goes into the back, comes out about a minute later. Screws the top down,
I took him off.
holds it, looks at you and says, 20 gold.
25.
Could
Here,
have
have a
managed all of
great
it.
day.
And he holds on it for a second still and he says, careful.
It's as strong as they had on the ships. I'll enjoy it.
I want to
Single
give it a
teardrop
sniff
comes
real
down
quick.
his eye as he drinks it.
I let him sniff it.
constant.
It's definitely strong. You definitely smell the alcohol, but you also smell something else. You're not exactly sure what. It's kind of a lavender scent.
It's fucking roofied.
So I look at him.
Wouldn't
and
be the first time.
I turn to Tomer and I say,
Filled with unrefined
"Hey,
oil.
I
That's a
speak
callback.
fluent Dwarven. Give me a moment. Whatever you put in there, put more of it in there." And I pull out 20 more gold and hand it over.
That's not how liquid
I-
containers work.
I pull out 2 more flasks.
Okay.
Oh,
No, one more flask.
flask. He goes and fills up the other flask, and then he hands it to you, Leon, and he looks you up and down, compares you to the size of that guy, looks you up and down, and says, "You be really careful.
I'll
I'm
be back.
serious."
I will.
I'll watch him.
hurry up, let's go.
I'm coming. How to get party favors?
Party favors.
Liquor.
Oh,
Drink.
not sure if they're allowed in the hot springs, but sure.
It's a dwarven city. What do you fucking expect?
I wasn't gonna push my stereotypes of dwarves onto these people, but sure, go ahead. Call them all drunks, why don't you?
They're not drunks. They're my kind of people.
It's not drunk. It's just
They're just
culture.
They're just fun.
They're just all Germans!
Yeah, they're functioning alcoholics.
All I know is I look over on the left and see chat and I just read big bladder.
Yep.
That's all I fucking see.
All right, so Persephone's obviously got her evening taken care of,
Yeah.
and you boys end up heading over to the hot springs, which turns out to be just absolutely amazingly relaxing experience. The warmth of the water from the natural springs that bring it up, it is like a natural hot tub. It just, your muscles just seem to kind of go to spaghetti. There's just soft. It just feels good, and the kind of the steam that rises up with the minerals that are in the water and everything, just that whole experience and kind of the feel of it. It is just so relaxing. And then there's the drink. After having one sip,
Here's that saving throw.
each of you already is just like way gone from the steam and the bath. I need con saves at disadvantage.
Sorry, I was the DD for this experience. I'm not drinking.
Okay, so it's just you two.
Hey,
Well,
Is that one?
It's
The
the
only-
same number twice. The only number I can get worse than what I just rolled is a 1. So, you know.
So what was your total?
15.
Okay. Leon, you pass out instantly. You are super, super tired. You are barely keeping your eyes open.
Did they drink
But
fucking
you-
night?
They did roofie.
But you are not out. Gold, it's a good thing that you didn't drink anything.
All fucking.
Because otherwise, Leon would have just slipped below the water, completely unconscious, and probably drowned. So you kind of prop him up. But whatever that was in there, the alcohol was good. But the other thing, it's got some kick to it.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a good thing I asked for extra of the other thing.
I'm taking some of this home.
Sure.
I'd put the other flask that we didn't touch away,
Mm-hmm.
and I just used the one that we used.
But when we get back, I'm gonna take a sip of that though and conk out though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll put you to
It's-
sleep.
It's
better than
Leon's like that.
Dayquil.
I'm fucked.
It's better than NyQuil. Just, oh!
Whee!
Alright. Oh, God.
What?
Wake up in to a room of naked dwarves. So, same night as Percy. Anyway, so that's where you guys kind of finish your evening before you eventually make your way back to the hotel, which you have to end up carrying Leon. I mean, he is out cold.
That's fine, I got it.
You're having trouble because you are so tired.
I got it. It's fine.
But you make it back.
Just don't drop me. I've got 3 HP.
Yeah.
I've got 5. It's fine.
You
We'll die
make it
together.
back.
Nice.
All of you,
I
All
have
of you
6,
take a-
thank you very much.
all of you take a long rest,
I have 19.
and
After 44.
as you wake up in the morning, Leon,
Yeah.
I need another con save from you and from Tomer.
Disadvantage or no?
Just normal.
Hey! 18 plus 2.
Oh, my spell saves there.
15.
Okay. Leon?
Yep.
Yesterday is really, really fuzzy.
Mhm.
You don't remember much of it.
Fuck yeah, you don't remember yelling at
Oh
me.
my god.
You remember
Get wrecked.
you guys had some kind of mission about hunting something. It was rough. There were some difficulties, but you don't remember. You can't recall any of the specific details.
How many cats is 3 HP though? How many times have been down today? So it's roughly 3 cats.
Yes,
Or the same cat 3 times.
but as you
They do have 9 lives.
as you are now awake, it is the next morning. We are going to take our break, and while we are gone on break, if you guys want to send us super chats on the YouTube channel, we'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and super chat what you're enjoying so far about the game, what you like, or do your worst. Call us, shit heels or whatever the hell you want to call us. Say we suck. We don't care. We just want to hear from you. So go ahead and super chat, and then when we get back from the break, not only will we read out some of those super chats, but we will be giving away the first of our 2 dice towers that we're giving away tonight. So we'll see you in just about 10 minutes. We will be back. So
If you don't super chat, I'm going to do another saving throw.
which is going to be a natural 1.
Yeah.
Okay. But so we'll see you in about 10 minutes. We'd love to hear your super chats and read some of those out. So see you shortly.
See ya.
And we are back.
Hello.
Hello.
You missed us. Right?
Are we back really though?
Yes. And as
Guess
far
who's
as
back?
as
Back
far as
again.
the super chat thing, I just figured out how to turn that on, so it wasn't even available until now. So if you would like to super chat, by all means, feel free to do so. You should, if you refresh your screen on YouTube, you should be able to see that now there should be a little money icon down near the bottom of chat. That's how you would super chat. So that's now enabled. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that I had to do that. We just got monetized and all that not too long ago, so we're still learning. But even so, since we didn't have that activated until like literally 30 seconds ago, I'm just going to go ahead and read out a couple of the comments because they're fun.
Read them out in your weird character's accent.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Do accents.
Let's do accents. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Let's see here from Aussie Rob 77. There is no sanctuary in a dwarven tavern. Just a lot of drunken stool. Or is that tripods? Let's see. Well, of course. Didn't you know the expensive perfumes are actually dwarf piss? It's like that cat poop coffee, really. That's from Aloe1131.
Cat poop coffee?
I've never heard of that, and I don't think I want to.
I don't think I want to either. So, but yes, in the future we will have. Now we have super chats enabled, so you guys can feel free to support the channel using super chats and say the happy fun things you like or the happy fun negative things you like about us, and we will read those out. But now, before we get back into it, go ahead and hold that one up. Yeah, because right here, which kind of like the Honeypot Inn, is a dice tower from Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. We are now going to give this away. Now, the way we are going to do it is going to be random roll of the die based on anyone that wants to participate. And the way you participate is pretty simple. All you have to do is type the keyword in chat. And the keyword for this giveaway is therapy. Because obviously we had some group therapy going on here. So just type therapy in chat. We'll give that a few minutes to see who wants to be involved in that. Please, any and everyone is welcome to, so type therapy in there. And then we'll have Jen, if you would be our scribe. So for whoever wins, just write down the username of that so that we will then contact the winner and let them know, hey, you have won, and make sure that they go, well, we'll announce who wins, but we'll contact you to get your shipping information, etc., as needed. So it looks like we have several in already. Zach Dice, Aussie Rob, Alex Carpenter, Nerd Culture is dead. Hey, now
I was putting it out there. I wasn't.
Oh, I see.
answering.
Okay,
I was
like, wait a minute.
informing everybody of the word.
So we've got three entries so far. We'll give it a couple more minutes to see who anyone else types in.
Put it in again.
I mean, does my previous therapy not count? If you want in, then we'll say yes, Aloe. Just let us know. That's why I said type therapy now.
What's in therapy?
There we go. So we got 4 in so far.
We got a D4 right now.
We got a D4 right now. Okay, but we will check back with that in just a few minutes. Again, anyone who wants in, type therapy. That's the key word for this first Dice Tower giveaway. And while we are giving that a little bit of time for anyone who wants. So, it is now morning. You've all gotten your long rest. But over the course of the night, while you slept, Gold, you had a dream.
Oh, I did have a dream.
You had a
Men were
dream.
created equal?
You had a dream of some happy memory from your childhood. What is it? What was that happy memory? Describe it.
What Gold often reminisces about from his childhood would be the times that he spent hunting with his father,
Okay.
and the times that his father would teach him how to use a bow and be a provider for his family. So it would be that bonding time where we're just shucked up in a tree together, just shooting the breeze while waiting for a game to take it across the trail.
Okay. And as you are sleeping soundly, you feel the wind rushing through the leaves of the tree. Hey, Alex Garber, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I'm going to read it out because this is our first super chat.
Use your Phineas voice.
Oh, Phineas voice.
Thank you.
Got to use the Phineas voice. So.
I've had such a good time today. There have been so many good character interactions. I was on the edge of my seat when everyone was in the caves.
Me too, bro.
Thank
So
you, Alex.
thank you so much,
Thank
Alex,
you.
for that $5 super chat. That's our very first one.
Yay.
But you feel the wind blowing through the leaves of the tree that you and your father are sitting in. It caresses across the back of your neck, through your hair. You can smell the grass. You can smell just, the earth
sap of
and
the
nature,
trees.
sap of the trees, some blooms on flowers. It's pleasant. It's nice. The sun has just poked up over the horizon not too long ago, so it is still a slight chill in the air from the night before, but it is starting to warm up, and there is enough light on the horizon that you can now see some of the animals begin to stir. Small game, rabbits, squirrels, some birds flitting around from tree to tree, and off in the distance, about 60 yards away, your father gently taps on your shoulder and just points, and you see out there a fox. And you're watching as this fox is just kind of lazily making its way through the taller grasses, looking around for signs of any small rodents or something like that for it to eat. And goes, that one right there, son. Get that. You quietly take an arrow from your quiver, fix it to your bow, and get ready to pull. The arrow flies, killing Leon.
I missed the fox entirely, though.
But the
Oh shit, we got another super chat.
Oh my god. $10 from Aussie Rob. In my 40 years of D&D, I've never ever seen a party suffer so many saving throws. Yep, and that was the
Leave
whole
it to
challenge.
me.
Yeah, baby. Now,
You want me to roll for a hit on the fox or
I
something?
hit my shoulder.
as your arrow flies, it is going true, straight towards its target. That nice arc, you can see that's going to hit the fox. And just as the arrow is about to pierce it, the sky seems to turn dark. On the horizon, way off in the distance, you see the outline of a figure that must be enormous to be able to be seen from this distance. It looks huge. Broad shoulders, muscles that seem to be rippling, huge hands with claws that are just sharp as knives, and probably as long as your forearm. A strange, misshapen head, clearly not human, or elf, or any of the common races that you know growing up. And you hear this voice echo across the expanse. You are becoming a thorn in my side. Pray I don't need to do anything further to dissuade you from your actions. Maybe this will give you a taste. And you hear a scream from behind you. You turn.
It was so
You
so
see
easy.
your father as the flesh is melting off his face. He is screaming in agony. Fear grips your heart, and you just hear this horrific laugh booming through the air. You snap awake. You are in a cold sweat. You have gotten a long rest, but at what cost?
A night of sleep.
Don't so worry, it's a me, Jar Jar Binks.
What a pleasant dream.
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
I soil myself.
That demon, that face, did it look at all familiar?
No.
That's not good.
This is why you don't hate the guns, dog.
With that, waking up, I'm gonna feel around for the tattoo for the shadow.
Okay.
And I remember from my conversation with the guy who initiated me into it that I can basically call for help with it, or like wish to meet someone from the shadow.
Yes.
I'm immediately just gonna
You start-
SOS.
Okay.
Bro, this dude goes,
Okay.
so failing saving throws is hereditary then?
Yup.
Oh, damn!
Yes, so. Sorry, man. It's your
I bow
genetics.
to you.
It's your genetics.
That's good.
So
Sorry, keep
you
going.
Oh, these are some of the best comments we've gotten.
you touch the mark, which you know is there but is not visible. And as you touch it, you feel that slight tingling, almost burning, but not quite painful, like when you first received it. And for a moment, it kind of flashes, and you see it on there, and then it fades back away. You think you've gotten word out, but you're not exactly sure how this works. So, did it help? Did anything happen? You don't know yet. Okay, and on that note, we are going to roll to see which of our 4 people that has typed therapy in chat will be the winner of the Honeypot Dice Tower. Okay. Oh, no, yeah.
It's got
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
it's got
names
the
on
4.
it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we've got the names in order. Here's the die. Okay, I will have someone verify what I'm rolling. Everyone see that number?
It's a 2.
I don't,
Yep.
but I'm gonna
You wanna
believe you.
double check?
It's a 2.
That is a 2 indeed.
That is a 2.
That's a D.
Second name on the list was Aussie Rob.
Congratulations,
So Aussie Rob,
you did it.
congratulations. You now have a dice tower of the Honeypot Inn. So congratulations, man. That is yours. We will definitely get that to you. So we'll keep in touch with that. A little bit later on, so the other one, we will be giving away this one.
It's got a hole in the back, guys.
Yes, well, you got to put the dice somewhere, right?
Castle.
So there we go. All right. So that's what happens to you during the course of the night.
And I'm glad I wasn't on those drugs.
Tomer.
Yeah.
When you wake up, you still remember the other day. However, you have a pounding headache. This is like the worst hangover you've ever had. You're actually at level 2 exhaustion. You still have a long rest, but you also gain 2 points of exhaustion.
Damn.
That's what you get with a 23.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you don't get to level 5. Just automatically fucking die.
All right. It is morning. You wake up in your bed. You're in a cold sweat. You wake up feeling like hell. You wake up not being able to remember the details of what happened yesterday. Just the kind of the general gist of things, but no real details. Persephone, you wake up and there is a naked, snoring dwarf next to you in bed. And he is snoring hard.
None of this is out of the ordinary
No.
for me, so it's fine. I'm gonna get up, get dressed, and hippity hop downstairs.
Wow.
So you make your way downstairs to the tavern portion of this inn and tavern.
I drag myself downstairs.
Alright.
I would already be down eating breakfast.
Okay. Liam?
I will very slowly get out of bed.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'll do my morning prayers even though I'm hungover. Shimlo.
That's devotion, baby.
There you go.
Please get rid of this hangover.
Yeah.
And then I go downstairs.
Okay. So you guys end up eventually getting to the same table. And when you go down there in the morning gold, you actually are the first one down there. Shortly after you get down there, though, Hatch arrives down there and he sits down with you. And then Persephone arrives. Then eventually Tomer, looking like hell, and Leon. You're all now at breakfast.
If you talk too loud, I will rip
Do you
your
need
throat. I will rip your throat.
Homer, do you need a drink?
Shh. Too loud.
Pushes beer across the table very slowly to avoid making noise.
Breakfast. You can't have a hangover if you're still drunk. Exactly. Now shut up. And I just go.
Alright.
I'm kidding.
And remember, don't really whisper, because then the mics don't pick it up, so.
If you thunderclap, I will chop.
I was kidding.
I will rip your throat out.
I'm fair.
Alright, so. What do you guys do?
I'm hungry.
We gotta go back home.
Well,
I'll eat.
let's give travel plans a break. Leon, we said we'd resume the conversation from yesterday. You want to go ahead and list your grievances real quick?
Everyone seems to be in quite sour moods, but I hardly have any recollection of the events of yesterday.
You're kidding, right?
You yelled at her to get out of the group because she's causing us pain.
What did she do?
I did.
I didn't.
That's
I
no, that's the
literally
last bit that
didn't.
we heard as we were walking over.
Is there anything she did?
No.
That's all I heard is you yelling at her to get out.
Like, what even? I know we had a mission, but what happened?
Just fucking
Well-
yelled at me.
We killed the eye drakes. Persephone touched a stick in the ground.
No.
Then
I touched
Tomer
a
touched the
rod
stick in
in
the
the
ground. And then gas started coming up. And then the walls started crawling with bugs. We couldn't find our way out. We somehow got out.
Killed 2 spiders. You got trapped by 1.
It's fine.
Yeah, Tomer saved your life. You saved my life. I saved Tomer's life. Somehow Persephone didn't get close to dying at all.
Oh,
Except for the very end where you saved her.
Yeah.
Um,
And then she started walking away, and then you walked after her.
we
very
carved a
sour
hole in the wall as well.
And that's all I remember.
You missed a lot, apparently, if you don't remember any of this.
We went to the springs
Just-
yesterday, and you had a little bit too much to drink.
Yeah, we did go to a really relaxing spring.
I
I wanted
did
you to
not
remember
go.
that, if anything.
I did not go to the springs.
It's quite unlike me to drink.
You were really pissed.
Like, I drink and you drank.
Like, you were furious.
Well, from what I gather, then we succeeded, but it turned sour,
Very
and
similar.
she's
Very
partially
fast.
responsible.
I'm not.
She touched the stick first.
Well,
I'm not the only one who touched the
Ultimately, Persephone isn't to blame for what happened. She made a rash decision and touched the stick.
stick. Oh,
Should've-
Gold punched me.
I did, right in the mouth.
Deserved.
My guy.
So,
Equal rights, equal fights.
regardless, what I would like to say is if there's any looming evil stick in the ground covered in devil root,
Yeah.
maybe
We
we
talked
talk
about
to
it
the group
first.
before touching.
Well, you say she's not really to blame, and so I'll take your word for it, but I do think the main issue is the rashness.
Oh, I don't think that's the main issue. I think the main issue is what was that rod doing there to begin with?
I'm
The
more so
rod's fault.
meant between us, but
Oh, well, you all have your own personal problems, so I'm here to mediate.
You might remember in a couple of days. We got a ways back when we started. It'll eventually
Um,
come back.
I would like to spend a few days in this town.
But don't we have to do the ambush for the other group? We have to be back in time for that.
Well, we determined that it would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
very tight time frame anyway, and we've already spent too much time here to make it back in time.
Then fuck it.
I wish there was something we could really do about it, but unfortunately it took us too long to get here. And we knew that was a risk going into this.
then I suppose our first order of business is to find our client, right?
He's
Um,
dealing with funeral arrangements.
We are going to get back to him when we get back to Kite.
Oh,
We had to cash the check later.
do we know where he went from?
He went to,
His brother's house.
Cousin.
His cousin's house. He's passed away.
they're dealing with family matters at the moment, which to not be discussed.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable. They did see their butchered cousin chopped to bits and
Mhm.
burned and dismembered and overall generally unrecognizable corpse of a cousin.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, if anything you should remember that, because that was absolutely gross. Either way, I'm gonna get back to eating my breakfast. If you two have any personal problems you'd like to sort out now, I will sit here and listen. And make sure you don't kill each other.
This is not my sword.
Oh, you found that in the cave yesterday.
Well, correction. A floating magical creature found you that sword.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's a rapier, which is slightly different than a sword.
A rapier is a type of sword. You're an idiot.
See, everything's back to normal.
Yep, there we go.
Everything's fine.
Either way, you guys have beef, apparently. And
no,
y'all
this
need to
is
get
a
that shit
pancake.
figured out before it kills us.
No, this is a pancake. Perhaps I was wrong. She's quite intelligent.
Not after the stuff she did yesterday. Hey!
I didn't do
Put
shit.
it away.
You were all. I would not. Someone other than me would have done it.
Not really.
I disagree.
Well, Tomer, tell me, you said you caught the tail end of whatever argument we were having.
Yeah.
What was said? I have no idea what we were talking
Do I have to make a history check? So I can remember that.
You could
History.
remember.
Like, you
Everything
would have.
from
You
it's
recall
less than 24 hours
yesterday.
ago. You
Oh, okay,
recall
okay.
that.
Well, we got out of the cave. You healed her by flicking her off. She started walking away. Me and Gold.
I gotta take care of something. I'll be right back.
Me and Gold started drinking while laying down on the ground, damaged. You walked off, grabbed her, started some argument too far away where I couldn't hear. Then we hobbled each other over with the help of our buddy here. And the last thing I remember you saying was, you should leave the Blue Devils, and then something about she's the reason why all the bad things are happening because she's too connected to the Blue.
Also, something about a Thieves Guild. I remember briefly.
Something
hearing
about a Thieves Guild. And something about a wound? Some wound on somebody? I don't know if it was you or her or...
So
Or a
that was
friend.
brought up. That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, something like that. But she didn't remember a goddamn thing, I think. Oh, I'm drunk. Fuck off.
No, you're hungover.
Shut up.
I really don't know how to broach this subject, considering I'm not... I did not wake up upsetting you, but I'm sure past me had a reason for what he said.
I mean, I assume past you and you is the same person.
It is. I just feel like erupting into literally anything would be ill-mannered.
Well, we are here
At
to
this moment in
mediate this
time.
discussion if you guys want to just have it out real quick.
Let's
I'm not
talk
sure if
about
this is
it.
a breakfast conversation or if this is something that needs to wait.
Maybe you'll remember.
Maybe a lunch
Maybe you'll remember
conversation.
throughout the day.
I think we'll just have to wait on.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat.
That's fair. If you guys don't want to talk about it, cool by me. Just don't make it a problem for the group.
I didn't.
Because I swear to God, I'll stab you both.
I love
makes
this.
Feel the love.
Patch, you're fine. Swear to God, I'll
Pat-
stab you.
He's
Patch
sitting there
is
awkwardly
sitting-
at the table.
Patch is sitting there the whole time,
Aw.
just looking at you guys, eating his
sipping his
breakfast,
coffee.
having his drink, just like,
How is the bunny the
Oh,
only
boy.
normal one in this group? That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't seem damaged.
That's all I'm saying, man.
Emotional.
Either way, I've got some window shopping to do. If you guys want to get in contact with me, I'll be back here around dinner time. I'm gonna go off and do my own thing for a bit.
Okay. So, speaking of that, what is everyone going to do for the day? Obviously, you have a plan, so we'll start at this side of the table, since you already have a plan of what you want to do. I'll give the rest of you time to think.
Firstly, I know dwarven smiths are renowned for their craftsmanship, so I'm looking to trade in my 2 short swords and maybe bargain for a long sword.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was going to see if there's maybe a facility around here where they examine the local fauna so I can learn more about the animals and beasts that live around here.
Okay. So you start out by trying to find some smiths and see what wares may be available and who's willing to make a bargain. It takes you a little bit of time, kind of walking around, eventually finding what seems to be more of the market area of Dawnfall, where there are a few smiths' shops set up. You can tell that they know how to handle a business. There's a nice storefronts for each of these that looks relatively well laid out. Lots of different weapons, armor, more general things like horseshoes, other things that smiths make. So you have just kind of different specialty
Specialty stores.
Stores. Can't speak to that. But several different ones. You see one that, this is definitely, weapons. I see some quality ones in there. Nice little storefront, and at the back, clearly, is where there are some forges and where the smiths do their work. As you walk in, there's a vast array of different weapons of dwarven make. I can't speak tonight.
Are you sure they're the ones who had the
I
drink?
know. But different weapons of dwarven make. Everything from axes, hammers. There are some blade, long swords, short swords, things like that. But it primarily seems to be more along the lines of lots and lots of axes, picks, things like that, war picks, hammers of various kinds with steel bands on them, very ornate and well made. Definitely made for function, but also quite beautiful when you take a look at that. I mean, it's well crafted stuff. Back behind the counter, you can hear some little bit of arguing, back and forth, a couple dwarven voices, and further on beyond that, you hear the ringing of a hammer against steel.
Clang.
Yep. Clang. And the voices on the other side of the counter seem to be female and male dwarf arguing back and forth about something.
I'm gonna lean up against the counter, see the two arguing. Lovers quarrel, family dispute, what's going on here?
Sorry.
No, don't
Sorry.
mind me, it's fine.
Go get back to work.
Mean old hag! And the male kind of stumbles off. He's like,
I'll slap you again. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Looks like you won.
Always do, dear. Always do. What can I help you with?
I'm looking to get a longsword. I've got some steel here that I can use for leverage.
Show me.
I pull out my
He
two
whips it
short
out.
swords. They're old standard military steel from the War, so old aged steel.
old age steel. She looks at it, looks at one, twirls it around a little bit, inspecting it, sets it aside, grabs the other.
Nearly
I
identical.
cannot do much with this. It's quite old.
Yeah.
I can maybe give you, say, 10 gold in credit. That's about it.
I wasn't looking to get much. I just need a new weapon that'll be light, durable, and serve me well.
And a longsword, you say? Moment. She steps out from around the counter. This way. Walks down one of the aisles, points out where there are several different blades, longer blades, all hanging in racks. Says, as you can see, fine selection. All perfectly balanced. Razor sharp. They're a bit pricey, but you get what you pay for.
Indeed you do, and that's why I came to you. What would be the best blade shop? For what I'm looking for.
She looks a little bit around at the options hanging there. And eventually she reaches up and plucks one off the rack. It is very simple in design. However, the pommel looks to be some kind of gemstone. It's not a solid color, though. It's like a mix. It's almost like there's green and red and white. Almost like they somehow took like a ruby, an emerald, and a diamond, and put them together. Cut them just right so that you had what looked like one stone, but with 3 different colors.
I've never seen such a gem. Is this mined here?
Of course.
May I?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll look around for an area where I can just wildly swing this thing and get a feel for it.
There's plenty of space that she can point out to you. In fact, she points to an area where there seems to be a practice dummy that is set just for the thing of testing out weapons.
Okay. And I want to go ahead and see how it holds up, so I will give it a full swing and I imbue it with my radiant energy.
It takes the energy, no problem, and the swing on it, and this is well balanced. She wasn't kidding. It seems perfectly well balanced. And as it cuts through the dummy, it leaves a very clean slash. Definitely very sharp.
Scabbard comes with it, I assume.
Of course.
How much?
For that one, 85.
Engrave it.
With the swords, 75.
Engrave it for me and I'll give you 85.
And the swords.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What would you like it to say?
I get a pen and parchment.
Mm.
And in Elvish, I write out the similar term for vengeance,
Mm. Okay.
and then the simple word for premeditated or well thought out.
Well thought out murder. Got it.
Yep. Premeditated murder.
Premeditated murder. Got it. Okay. So she looks at. She says, I kind of read this. I mean, we can copy it.
I flip it back for her.
We can copy it, but
A skilled hand should be able to forge it.
earliest I can get it done tomorrow.
That's fine. I've got the time.
Fair enough. Payment up front, please.
Payment up front.
Very well. And she takes down your name and your information about like where you're staying and stuff like that. We can deliver it if you would like.
I'll be back here. It's fine.
Fair enough. And she takes it, starts walking to the back. You hear some raised voices as she gets back there. You only catch a couple words. Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do. No, I just speak Draconic.
Draconic. No, you.
I picked up Draconic at the same time.
So you don't.
The other D language.
Yes.
You don't catch much of what they're saying because a lot of it seems to be in Dwarvish. But there are a couple words that are similar enough to Common and actually surprisingly to Elvish, because they all these have like a root language, and so there are some things that are a little bit close. You pick up the word for idiot and hurry up, basically, and things like that. And
Still wet.
Yep.
As I leave.
and then that's it. Okay. You attempt to go and find information about the local fauna.
Yeah, rather it's a library that would have this information, or a
Okay.
research center, or even if there's somehow a dwarvish zoo, I don't know.
Yep. Into the early afternoon takes you where you finally find yourself at what looks to be kind of a small bookstore more than anything that you can kind of peruse through. But while you are starting that, Persephone, what are you doing for the day?
I'm gonna go do a spa day. It's
Okay.
like, fuck else am I doing?
So you're gonna head over to the hot springs. All right. You find it as absolutely relaxing as is advertised. You also notice that as you walk in, there seems to be a a catering to your needs, as when
Extra hot
when a
sauce.
a female walks in, another female greets you. A female dwarf looks you up and down at first, a little thrown back by, okay,
Yeah,
what is this?
Yeah,
You're used to it. But recognizing, another woman,
Took
offers
her
you,
that long to figure out. Female.
yeah, offers you like a laundry list of choices of services that they offer for women that the men were not offered. Doesn't mean that they weren't available. It's just they weren't offered.
We weren't
But-
clean enough.
Pedicure, manicure, facials, massages. It is full service spa available to you. It's like just a list of choices, and the prices are all kind of marked on this sheet that you are shown, and you're basically given your own attendant that takes you from spot to spot as you spend the entire day just getting pampered. And anything you ask for, they bring you. You ask for a drink, they bring you a drink. Because all of it will be paid for in the end.
Quick question: do female dwarves have beards? Yes or no?
No, not in this world.
Sorry, they don't have beards.
Sorry to disappoint you guys.
Yeah. Not in this world, they do not.
The sloppy head is not as sloppy as you wanted.
Yes, the mug.
There's not enough crunch to it.
So,
Or-
what?
Our official TOGG Atavar Ascension.
Are we selling those? Do we have merch?
We are not selling those on the website. That I'm still working out how to get to make those available to sell, because I know where I can get them. The problem is storage, shipping, and all that. Through our merch on our website, that is mostly the t-shirts and stuff like that, and the mouse pad too. But that is all handled through Streamlabs, so all you got to do is go on there, buy, and boom, you got it. They handle everything. This, I'm still working on figuring out how we're going to get this available for people if they would like it. So, we'll keep you informed.
What am I step back?
Over the course of the entire day, you spend the entire day there? Okay. 150 gold.
Wow.
But you feel so good at the end of that day, you actually have 5 temporary hit points for the next 24 hours.
Wow. You said how many?
5 temporary.
Cinco.
Leon, what are you doing for the day?
I'm trying to find information on this new sword of mine.
On the new sort of... Oh, the new sword.
New soul.
I thought you said new sort of mine. I was like,
Yeah,
What?
the cave that we were in. It's
Yeah.
a new sword of mine.
yeah.
I mean, it's really an old sword of mine.
Okay, so where do you head?
I guess just like ask around at the inn first, see if they have like kind of like arcane specialists that people know about. Like, "Oh, hey, do you know someone who can identify this? Yada yada.
Hey, Luigi.
And I always start a conversation with like teasing gold because again I speak fluent gold.
Oh, yeah.
What's over
It's
here?
it's over
Oh,
here.
that's right.
La Bible.
Alright, so you ask around. As you ask around, eventually you are directed to a school.
I'll go ahead and subtract like 10 gold from my sheet.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You're directed to a school. You get over that direction, and it's about 30-minute walk through the streets. But as you stand out in front, you see what looks like a multi-level stone structure carved into the mountain that has several balconies and things like that. And out the front, it says Danfall University and Knowledge Repository for all those of the Dwarven heritage.
Very long name.
Yes.
Alright, I would enter in at this point.
Okay. As you walk into there, you are greeted immediately by someone kind of sitting on a stool next to the entryway. Says, "Excuse me. What are you here for?"
I'm just here to ask a favor. If someone here might be able to identify this. I point towards the sword.
But you're not a dwarf.
Well, this is very true.
Oh my god, you noticed.
But, I don't
So you're
have
not
to,
a student.
I don't have to be a dwarf, I say, as I pull out a coin.
Roll persuasion.
Right. Skills. Persuasion. 26.
Kind of just takes the coin, still looking at you, and goes, "Look like a dwarf to me."
Well, now that I think about it, yes. And I'm going to remove 10 gold.
Okay, you give him 10 gold?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Enjoy your classes.
I'm officially a wizard!
Yay! You snuck into the dwarven college.
You're not only a wizard, you're also a dwarf now.
Yeah.
Yes! Alright, so I suppose this is in order. Alright, now, could you please point me to the way where I could find an identifier? I'm not actually talking like that.
But you do speak dwarf, don't you?
No, I don't think I'm
I
like
thought
You
one
speak
of
that
you
shit
did.
fluently.
I thought one of you did.
I
He
thought,
does.
yeah, you speak Dwarvish.
Fluently.
I say that as a joke because of the
Oh.
money thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, well.
What? Who the fuck speaks Dwarvish?
It's not me.
Probably you, maybe?
Oh, that would be Patch.
Oh,
Mm.
of course it's Patch.
His best friend was a dwarf.
I fucked a dwarf.
Actually, that's racist. Not all dwarfs speak in a Scottish accent. Shut up! You don't get to say how I speak.
Right, some speak in
so
Welsh.
many voices in my head, yeah.
So, he's like, "You be wanting the College of Magic." And he actually spends the time to point out to you. If you look, it's kind of divided up into 5 different sections. And he points out the College of Ores, Mining, and Minerals, which he actually, you find yourself in a conversation that you didn't expect to have for about 15 minutes as he goes over the details of, they study the gemstones and all this here. And then he describes the next one, which is the College of Agriculture, which is clearly much, much smaller. He says, they talk about the plants and shit there.
It's like 2 dudes.
Yeah. Then he points out the College of Science. And he says, they be getting up to some weird shit in there.
Explosives and whatnot.
Sometimes.
Where's the liberal
That-
studies?
Then he points out the College of Arts,
There we go.
which he says, primarily, it's the brewing arts in there.
Ah.
And then he points out that one. I think that'd be the one you want. The College of Magic.
That's the one that can identify the sword.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know much about them.
You have
They're
some...
very secretive. I just know they do all that, stuff.
Right. I'm very familiar. You have some sort of a badge or like a slip of paper or something that can certify that I'm a dwarf,
Takes the
He
Sharpie.
turns around. He's got a little, looks like almost like a journal there, maybe even a personal journal. He goes into the back. He tears a sheet out, pulls out a quill, writes in there, hands it to you, and says, "Best I can do."
Much appreciated.
You look at it, and all it says on there is, "I am a dwarf student."
Seems legit.
Well, see, it was written by a dwarf,
And it's in Dwarvish.
so
He tells you that's what it says.
this'll work.
Sure it will.
So,
Oh, it's my favorite accent. Thank you very much. And you have a wonderful day.
You too.
And I
Enjoy
start-
your classes.
Of course. And I start to walk off.
All right. Yep. So
Magic time. Magic time.
eventually you make your way up into the College of Magic.
Yes.
There are a few more interactions along the way, but as soon as you show them your official note,
You're in there like swimwear, lad.
they seem to not really care.
It says right here, I'm a dwarf. Look at me stout stature, me manly beard, me hairy chest, and me voice.
And most of them, you get the impression that either, A, you're actually very convincing, which you are, just the way you persuade them, or half of them probably don't really give a
I
shit.
just don't care. It's like,
Whatever.
I've seen weirder things.
Yep.
A half-elf claiming he's a dwarf.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
saying
They're
the
like, what?
Dragonborn claiming
They're
to
like,
be a
whatever.
fucking gnome.
Yeah, they're like, whatever. How else would he be here?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, obviously he belongs. He's here. He's got a paper. Must be. So, you make your way in to the College of Magic, and as you get through it or asking some questions, eventually you do find out that, yeah, all right, they're maybe one of the instructors would be willing to help you out, but, you know, they're probably not going to do it for free.
Well, that's what you think.
So, you know, your director said, like, you know, you can find, you know, right now it's getting close to noon-ish. But they said, you know, wait, you know, if you wait like about an hour or so, that's when they'll be on lunch break. You could probably find some of them in the cafeteria area, and maybe you'll be able to convince somebody.
All right.
So while you're waiting for that, Tomer, what are you doing for the day?
As I slowly drink to take care of most of my hangover,
Mm-hmm.
I go back upstairs.
Okay.
I do my prayer to Shemla like I always do. I try to see if I can speak to the ghost of Ajax that lives in my hammer, which I believe is in there.
Spooky.
And then after that, I will go downstairs, talk to the barkeep to tell me where the blacksmith is.
Roll a wisdom save.
Which one of you is not going to fuck me?
This is Tomer gets fucked by saving those things.
Hey, 19.
As you finish your prayer and you're trying to talk to the hammer, it gets warm in your hands. Ugh. That's all. And yeah, after a little bit of time, just like with gold, when you eventually, you know, ask around a little bit and take about 20 minutes or so, you're eventually able to find kind of the market area, and there are plenty of different kinds of smiths, as well as other shops and stuff in the area.
Looking for an armor smith.
Doesn't take you long. You're able to find one. And looking at their shop, again, you look through and you see the displayed wares, very high quality looking. Almost everything, though, is sized for dwarf. I mean, there is not much that you can see, except for maybe the occasional very, very large dwarf, but that looks to be like maybe more of a custom order.
See how
So-
much it costs me.
Depends on what you're trying to get. So
Half plate.
you are trying to get half plate.
And I'm trying to sell the medium armor that I'm wearing now, which is scale mail. So I'm going to try to upgrade from scale mail to half plate. To get
Okay.
that extra point of armor.
All right. So you are trying to do that.
And I'm willing to trade in the scale mail if it's going to help with the price.
Okay, so you
I-
approach the counter.
I gotta interrupt you guys for just a moment here.
Yes.
This wonderful Aussie
Exchange.
Robin chat.
Oh yeah.
I once accidentally swallowed a D20, and when I pooped later that day,
Oh,
I rolled a number 2.
Uh,
Aussie Rob.
fucking Rob.
No, that's amazing.
That's a good one.
Half plate,
Oh,
and
it's
you're
such
trying to
a
get rid of scale.
Fucking
Yeah, I
great
have
show.
scale mail on. I want to get rid of it or try to trade it in and get half plate. if
Okay.
possible.
Good to know. Okay, so you approach the counter, and as you approach the counter, there you see a fairly young dwarven male. His beard isn't very full yet. It's probably about like this compared to a lot of the others that you saw that have the stereotypical dwarven beard that real big and full, goes almost down to their bellies and stuff like that. This one, it's a bit shorter. You think mostly just it hasn't really grown in. But he sits there and says, "What can I do for you?"
I'm going to try to trade in my armor that I have now to try to upgrade it a little bit. If you're willing to do a job like that.
Let me see.
I want the skill.
He says, a bit beat up, I see. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
At least it is plenty of material. I could maybe do something with this, yes? What would you want?
Half plate.
Half plate. Oh, that is very expensive.
It's worth it. The business,
Now, I
the
agree.
business of work that I'm in.
I agree, and you have come to the right place. I mean, not to say anything about my brethren, but these downfall dwarves. Not really good with armor. Not like mine.
I knew you were the best, so I could see the best if I wanted the best.
As well, I mean, you have come to the right place. I'll tell you what. I will need to take measurements,
That's fine.
but because we do not have anything in
My
your
size.
size.
I got you.
How quickly will you need this? I cannot guarantee miracles.
We'll be in town for a couple of days.
A couple of days.
2 to 3 days max.
I could do 3. I could do 3.
3 days fine.
But that is still a rush job. How much were you thinking of spending?
How much is it going to cost me?
For a rush job, a basic half plate, and turning this in. I will give you 25 off for this. I could do 800.
Go for the full plate. I can't wear him. What? It gets rid of my ability to get 1 more AC when I go to wolf form. Only medium armor allows it. So realistically, if I got this, I would go from 16 to 17 and then 17 to 18 when I go to wolf form.
It's basically plain armor anyway.
Yeah, it's just a way to get around it without the disadvantages.
Guys, what's armor?
Well, you still have disadvantage for stealth.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No matter what. 800.
Also, he's a Scandinavian dwarf, not a French, Polish, or
I
Russian.
am not Scandinavian. How dare you say such thing?
What are you now, an Italian mobster?
No, I am not Italian lobster.
You come to me on
No,
My
no, no,
daughter's
no.
The day of my daughter's
You are
wedding.
wrong. You are very, very wrong.
what kind
Do
of
not
dwarf
keep
are you?
this.
He's a Russian
Chat
dwarf.
is curious.
I am very Russian.
He's a Russian
Oh, now
dwarf
he's
who
a
drinks much vodka
Yes,
and
very
red
good.
beer.
Or, to be more accurate, where is the map? The map.
Gotta know where I'm going. Westbuck is
There we
keep
go.
showing.
Punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yes, this would be. He would tell you he is from. His people. We are from Honguru.
So I remember collecting a bag full of shinies from one of the dwarf bodies in the mine.
You did.
I don't remember how much was in there.
You didn't count it.
I will count it now.
Okay. In there, you find a total of 20 platinum, 40 gold, and 5 silver, as well as 4 gems are in there.
How much is platinum in this world? It's how many hundreds?
That'd be 200 gold, basically.
200 gold.
20 platinum is 200 gold. It's
Okay.
a 10. 1 platinum, 10 is 10 gold.
I pull out 2 of the gems. Well, these cover some of the cost.
Possibly. He's looking at one of them. I could give you 100 for this.
All right. Then I'll give him the second one.
50.
Start.
So 150.
150. I'll give him the 20 platinum, which is 200. So we're looking at 350. He's getting now.
Oh,
That still leaves me
450 left.
450. I'll just pay that. I'll give him the other 2 gems to see if they're worth anything.
I can give you 100 in total for both.
All right.
So that's 450. So 350 left.
350 left. All right. I'm gonna look at him and ask him if I could, if I could get, well, no, that might add to the cost. Never mind.
We've got our own side quest going on here.
I was gonna ask if I could have some engraving on it, but I don't know if that'll add to the cost or change the dates for the rush job.
It would make it more time. Yes.
That's fine. I'll just do, so I owe you 3 something left is what I owe you?
350.
I'll pay 350.
Okay. Very good.
Make it, make it an even 400.
So you're paying 850 total.
Yeah, I think you deserve a little bit more money than you're offering me, and I think you could do some pretty good work in a couple of days.
I could perhaps add an engraving for that.
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
Right on the armor. Shimmer.
Shem. Okay, I can do this.
Probably will have a gold death saves.
I can do this. Very good. He takes the money, and then he takes the time to kind of moves you over into this area where you end up standing up on a kind of a little platform, and he gets a stool out and he takes out a tape and starts measuring you, writing things down, taking arm measurements, chest, everything, checking it all out, and getting it all written down. That takes a good 45 minutes of him measuring and writing stuff down, but eventually he's like, okay, I've done. I will do my best. It should be 3 days.
All right. I appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for your business.
Yeah,
No,
that's
thank you.
What'd you get in grade?
Shimlo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then I will also go to the bookstore, I'm assuming where he's at, to just do some light reading on to see what the religion is around here.
Okay.
What people do around, just something about the culture.
Okay.
Read up on Silverforge, the dwarven god of creation.
Basically. Just curious.
So yeah, you eventually happen upon the bookstore.
Yoshi evading taxes. Chat's wild today, guys. I love it.
Yeah, but you eventually make it to the bookstore. This happens a little bit later than when Gold, you get there first.
Naturally, because I'm faster.
Yeah.
And better in, 2 ways.
Well, you also started early.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're there.
Okay.
You're at this bookstore. What and you're looking for? You said information about the flora and fauna
Yeah,
in this area of
the
the
local
world.
ecology. I want to figure out about the animals, the beasts.
Okay.
I saw wyverns. I can assume, therefore, maybe dragons.
Potentially, yep. You you look in the books that are kind of listed out. It seems like it's a fairly well laid out system, but it's a bit difficult because
It's all
everything's in
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. You do see occasionally a book in common.
May I magically elect Patch to be here?
Sure, Patch didn't have anything else going on, so he joined you.
Patch!
Okay.
The
So-
translator.
Yeah, so Patch, he's there, so he helps you figure out, by reading the things, what's what,
I'm sure he'd be interested in this kind of stuff too, anyway, because
Probably.
of his background.
probably. So, he ends up helping you figure out, okay, what's what. And you find a couple books where you find that in this area of the world, specifically where you're at right now, where you're kind of in the early parts of the mountains. You're not really in the deep mountains yet. You're kind of like just at the beginning of the mountain ranges. So it goes from mountains to foothills, and they're eventually out to some plains. But fauna-wise, you're finding everything from aurochs, bloodhawks, eagles, giant eagles, even. There's some wild goats, lions, like mountain lions and stuff.
The ecology of animals or stuff like that.
Stuff like that seem to be very, very much like the general wildlife in the area. There is things like wyverns. In fact, they see quite a lot of that. They also mentioned in there occasionally, it goes more into the deeper mountains, but occasionally they will see a rock, which is described as just enormous. Like an eagle that had way too many hormone treatment therapies when it was in egg, and then decided to come out of the egg about the size of an elephant to start with, and then just kept getting bigger. So, yeah, it's huge. But there are some talk of that, and then there is occasionally talk of some dragons seen from time to time, but most of that people avoid going too deep into certain areas of the mountains because there are dragons that will live there, and usually there will be like one really, really old dragon that has a fairly large territory. And so most of the dragons people see is smaller ones, younger ones, that are trying to figure out where their territory is in the world. And so they're kind of pushed out away from the really best spots to closer to interact with people. But even so, there's not a ton of those. They're kind of rare. But that's the kind of stuff you see. And then plant life is just, very in general, different kinds of trees. There's lots of pines in this area. Grasses, mosses, lots of stuff like that. Nothing really standing out.
Anything edible that comes to mind from that, like maybe some mushrooms that show up?
Yeah, a couple things like that. There's, a variety of different mushrooms. List some out as, hey, these are, don't do these are poisonous. These are okay, edible. These ones, while not poisonous, you're going to have an interesting day. Stuff like that. Same with some berries and stuff like that. Don't eat these berries. These ones are okay. Various things. And a couple flowers and stuff that they say, hey, you know what? These are actually good in a pinch to pull up, and you can eat the roots.
Lastly,
Smack!
We're such idiots.
with these dragons, did it mention the coloration of them by chance?
Not really. It just says that dragons, in
Okay.
general, that they will see some.
Big, scary flying lizards.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Yeah, they don't
Any
like to get
color,
close
I
enough
think,
to
is a
really
good
see
no.
the color. It's like, oh, big fly lizard thingy, I'm going to stay the hell over here. So,
Okay. That's all for me then.
alright. As you've been spending time looking through here, eventually, Tomer, show up there.
What you reading?
Stuff about animals, plants, dragons.
Cool. We have to spend 3 days here. Is that alright with you?
Sure, I guess.
Listen, I'm getting better armor, so I might as well get it here than anywhere else.
Fair enough.
And if they need help with the funeral arrangements, we can go give them a hand, or if they need anything.
We should probably see how they're doing today.
Yeah, I was thinking that should be another stop. And I'm assuming you were here, so I really didn't care for the books. I would assume you were here in the first place. Hey, Patch.
Hey.
In a non-roleplay situation, can I buy a health potion anywhere? Just one normal ass health potion.
Odd or even.
Steve.
Find one.
Solid. How much money?
50 gold for a regular.
Steven.
That's right, Peter. Everybody gets one. Tell them.
Yes.
Yeah, you only get one.
All right. And
Yes, that
what
one's-
information were you looking for in the bookstores? You said stuff like the religions.
Just to see if they have any like big religion here, or if they know anything about Shimlo, and I'll ask Patch to
Okay.
give a little help because I can't read Dwarvish.
Yep. You don't find anything about Shemlo in here, but there are a couple books. There's one Thadrak Metalbane, the Dwarven God of War. Driel Battlespine is the Dwarven goddess of war and luck. You read a little bit about Thelgrimir Grimchin. He's actually a Dwarven god of magic. Rudeg Honorhorn, god of wanderers, and Fulgruth Silverforge, the god of creation for dwarves. He is basically their all-father type thing. You know, he's the, so there is actually quite a few books available on Fulgruth.
Actually, yeah, I want to study up on that just in case they believe in a certain religion for the guys that we did the mission for,
Mhm.
just to catch up with just to make sure I know their traditions for when it
Yep.
comes to burying the dead.
Okay.
of the
Yeah,
dead and
you
stuff like that.
there's quite a bit written. I mean, there's a decent amount on each of them, but there's quite a bit written about Fulgruth because he is. I mean, that's
The all
the Bible.
Yeah.
You know that. So basically, you find like the Bible of Fulgruth, as well as there are different interpretations and writings that are examining the readings of the Fulgruth's book and all that.
And there's
So-
Bible 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. And then, of course, the hymns, which are Bible 3, Bible
I stop
more.
at Bible 2.
They have a coloring book called the Gold Forge.
Yep.
I buy that.
But
Get that from Persephone.
but they
Good color.
in there, yeah, you're able with Patch's help to find a little bit about clerical rights of clerics of he of the Silver Forge is what he's referred to as.
Good to know.
And funeral rites are among them.
What you gonna do next?
I was going to go back for dinner, like I said, but
So back to Leon.
Doodle.
Hey, Leon. So, it's lunchtime. You're in the cafeteria. There are clearly professors in here eating. You see them at several different tables.
Alright. I would try to walk up to a professor that looks kind of disgruntled and maybe a little bit goofy and not really aware of stuff and all that.
Okay.
a general character.
Yeah, a general character.
Give me a perception check.
A magic boy, if
A
you will.
magic boy, if you will. That's a fat 13.
Okay. You think you found a target.
Alright, so I walk up to him, of course with my slip of paper in hand. What did you say?
Sorry, I'm chat.
Oh, I just said.
It's
on
wild
target.
in chat.
I walk up to him with a sheet of paper in hand and I say, obviously, again, I'm not actually doing the accent, but I enjoy doing the accents. Hello there. I've come here for a bit of a short lesson, if possible. I'd like to identify this here sword, and
Well-
I've yet to learn how.
Roll persuasion.
With advantage, he's got a note.
No, just roll
His
persuasion.
mommy wrote him a note. Let him have this.
That's 21.
Fuck it.
You're not in my class, but I suppose.
Thank you. So, could you, would you be willing then? I have to observe, as was instructed to me earlier, to actually understand the process of identifying.
I suppose. Do you have the components?
No, I'm sorry. I did pay in advance, though. To the board of directors.
Fine, fine. Come with me. Come with me. He leads you out of the cafeteria. You go up some stairs. You end up in what is clearly like a lab. Like a student lab.
Yeah.
So there are potions and beakers and different stashes of different kinds of material components. Stacked in what look like spice racks and different things like that, shelves. And he says, "All right, fine." Puts it down on the table. And says, "All right, grab that. That. Okay, there. You bring. All right. You're not gonna write this down?
Yes, sorry. I'm still a bit adjusting. So my professor is sick today, and they were supposed to give me this lesson.
Yes. Very well. Hey, now, we are going to do it with the ritual, okay? This is the ritual. This is not, I'm not wasting energy on this. This is just a little time, okay?
Right.
So he starts casting Identify as a ritual.
Someone got us.
The whole time,
Later.
the whole 10 minutes,
Mhm.
besides him focusing on that, he's also keeping an eye on you.
I'm just taking notes the
Okay.
entire time.
And every time he looks up, if you're taking notes, he just goes right back to it.
This
Eventually,
is Doodle's little-
Just like draw a dick.
yeah. Eventually, he closes out the ritual. He goes, "By the gods, where did you get this?"
Oh, you see, Professor Fillmore Brasidices, he, that was the lesson. He handed it to me. He said, take it home.
Where the hell did he get this?
I don't know. It was supposed to be some kind of a
Do
project.
you know what this is?
I have no idea.
It's with Rantine.
With Randy?
Yes. Never seen it myself. Only heard of it.
Alright. And what's it do? I mean, besides being a sword and all, I mean, I don't really know about swords, but
Honestly, I don't even have the information on how to make this, and I don't know if anyone does. But it's powerful.
I'm sure Professor Fillmore will be very happy to hear that.
But he begins to explain what he's discovered as he lists off that in game mechanic terms, so you know. This is effectively a +1 sword when you are attuned to it. Okay? Which attuning to it initially only just takes some time, which you've had.
That's nice.
Okay? However, this is only its base state.
Based?
Yeah, he levels up.
Okay?
Sauce.
This weapon, when it is awakened, which he's not exactly sure how to make that happen, but when this weapon is awakened, it will give you the ability to, basically as a free action, one time per your, or I should say, charisma bonus number of times per long rest, to parry an attack, which gives you a D8 automatic to your armor class against that attack.
When it awaken, will give abilities free action because of
Bam.
other times.
See.
To parry, attack,
And give you a
Adding-
D8
D8 to a. Sheesh!
It also can reach an exalted level. When it becomes exalted, the weapon is sentient and will talk to you. Not only that, but you will have your proficiency bonus number of times per long rest, the ability to teleport up to 60 feet. You don't have to have line of sight, you just have to know that there is space in that spot.
Is that like a bonus action or an action?
That is a bonus action.
Where was this not
Bonus
exalted a minute ago
Teleport.
when we
That's like
needed
that-
it in the
that's like
cave?
Additionally,
like the hex tone.
additionally, you do not know how to awaken it or how to get it to be exalted. But what he does tell you is it is called Mithrantine. Mithrantine is a lost metal. A metal that's actually an alloy combination of mithril and adamantine that the secrets of how to properly smelt them together has been lost to time. It's something that the ancient dwarven smiths had figured out and perfected. Now, any attempts to do it, they can't figure it out and can't get it quite right, so they basically stop because it's just wasting material, because every time they try it, it basically just ruins both metals. But this was done properly. It has the benefits of both the types of metal. In other words, that is one reason why it is so light and moves so quickly, and allows you the ability freely to parry a number of times equal to your charisma bonus.
Awesome.
Additionally, it is as strong and as durable as adamantium. Okay? Which means that this thing, you're not going to break it. Except, it would take...
Sphere of
Like-
Annihilation.
Yeah, it would take like a wish spell or shit like that to break this thing.
Goddamn.
Sphere of Sword.
That's what you learn.
I wanted a cool rod that would go
That's
up
the
for me.
plan.
Wow, this is something special. I'll have to visit his house right away. I don't think he'd want me to wait on this even though he's sick.
Wherever he got that, you should probably go back to him so that he has it
Right.
back.
I
That is...
I think he mentioned something about it being a family heirloom. Which
Which
is
doubt.
special.
You get all the notes.
Yes, right
Good,
here.
good. I'll be gone with you.
Thank you, sir. And I hope to see you on campus again one day.
Very well.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Haha, I am a fucking habitual liar. And a dwarf. And a wizard.
And a student.
And a student!
You
All
just
right.
lied through your first exam.
Excellent. So, at this point, what we are going to do is we are going to do our next giveaway.
Yeah.
So, here is the next dice tower that we are giving
When
away.
you shake it like
You're right. Let me go ahead and get that.
Don't
font.
shake it like
Yes.
a Polaroid picture.
There we go. That's a good view of it. Okay, so right there, that is the dice tower we are giving away. Okay. For this one, anyone that wants to potentially win this dice tower, all you have to do is type the keyword into chat, and our wonderful scribe will write down, whoever does. The keyword this time is liar. Yep, the keyword is liar. Type liar into chat, and anyone that does, you'll be entered in for the giveaway. We'll give it a few minutes to make sure that anyone who wants to be involved is. And then, no, not going to break it on stream. How dare you? But anyone who, make sure that they get in. We'll give them the time to do that. And then once we have all the names of whoever's in for that, we'll roll for it. And we'll see who wins.
We also don't see Twitch chat though, so we will need the names.
No,
if
we do.
anyone teaches. Or
Well,
we
I do.
Don't, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I will tell you if we see any. You got all the ones last time. So. But we've got Ella1131 so far. Ah, Rogar! Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey!
Yeah, yes, liar as in Leon is a liar.
Dwarvish bastard, you.
See, I already paid them dwarves enough money.
Ozzy Rob opts out. Good
Yeah,
on you.
well, he already won one, so makes sense.
Smart man.
Makes sense.
Go 2 for
Go
2.
2 for 2. So, King Rogar, is that an entry for you as well? If it is, go ahead and type liar, L-I-A-R, into chat.
Fucking
All right. And while we're giving that some time, yep, so he's in too. So we've got Aloe1131 and
Yep.
King Rogar.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on top of my one job.
All right, excellent. We'll give that some time while we continue on. So all of that stuff is kind of done. It is approaching evening time. I assume you guys all gather for dinner together.
Yep.
And is there anything you guys want to do this evening before you end up heading to bed, or are you good?
We discussed possibly heading to our dwarven companion's house, Lord Falcon.
We can do that tomorrow.
Bro, give him more than a day.
Yeah, Uma.
We can do that tomorrow.
Funnily enough, her name is actually Una.
That too.
Same shit. Same shit.
It's close. M and they're close.
Yeah, Eminem.
Delicious.
We
Or
gotta
Slim Shady.
we gotta stay
Oh,
for
much.
after tomorrow 2 extra days so I can get my armor ready
Yep.
to take back. That's all. That's the only thing I got.
I don't got shit to do.
Alright, so you're just
I just wanna
chill in
check
the
out my
evening
stay
and then tomorrow gonna go see
It
you?
was like I'm fine.
Okay.
Fast forwarding.
So, yep. Again, you guys go to sleep. This time, no dreams hit you in the night. Your memory of the other day is still gone, but today is fine. You remember everything.
Is it like slowly returning it all?
It's just fuzzy. I just can't get it.
So, just to clarify for you,
Yes.
you know deep down why you're mad at me. You just don't recall the outburst.
Yeah.
It's not like those
Yeah.
memories
Yeah.
disappeared
I know-
altogether. I just
I know
want to make sure
I-
you're aware of
Yeah.
that.
It's just he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't feel like it's necessarily appropriate to just get into.
Well, it wasn't, but you
Yeah.
did.
No. He felt like then it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I got you. As long as you're aware, you didn't
And-
like forget any
Yeah.
and all reason you'd be mad at me.
I
And
wonder
now-
why I'm mad at Persephone.
Tomer, now that it is the morning and you've all had a long rest, you lose one of those 2 levels of exhaustion.
My 5 temporary hit points I got from the spa, I
They're
were
gone.
gone. That's what I thought.
Well, no, you got those basically. I mean, you spent all day at the spa.
I really just.
So it really would have been like before you left for dinner. So you have them for the next 24 hours. So you got them until dinner tonight.
Okay. I'll like.
So
Get into a fight.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Street
Um,
I do owe you a punch in the face.
oh, there you go. So now,
Do it.
I'll know what she was being punched.
You
So-
punched me in the face, asshat.
Yeah, you were an asshat.
Alright, so get this.
You served that
Kind
one.
of terrifying.
No.
Um,
No.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at 16 AC, right?
Yeah.
And I could potentially get
Alright.
to 17 if I raise my dex by 1.
so now, you guys are
I also have.
woken up in the morning. What are you guys doing?
Hold on a moment. If that's all right.
I'm holding on. What
Awesome.
now?
Okay, currently my bardic inspiration is D8. It can go up later, all the way up to D12, I believe.
I'm still
Yeah.
gonna wait.
And then
Okay.
plus
I'm
the
gonna
sword,
have
which could add
waffles.
another D8, right?
You would be
Good call. Dwarven
I have
waffles.
so
Yeah.
much armor
Dwaffles.
class.
Delish.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry. I was discussing with Oscar the possibility of how much armor class is available to me now.
Lots.
Once I get the sword upgraded.
Yep.
I'll
The
get
real trick is you gotta
dwarvish
get a-
coffee, whatever that
You gotta get
is.
the fire. You gotta get the dragon to breathe on it.
So yeah, you get handed a mug of something that is really, really dark black. It's hot, and it's almost as thick as molasses
It's real
as you
strong.
drink it.
Mm.
But man, has that got a kick to it! You are wide awake, son.
I'll take one of those.
Ooh.
You're
Cocaine drink.
Mimi. Woo!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ah.
Or whatever elvish god gold worships.
No, it is Jesus. The elves god is Jesus.
Let's so we gotta go see if they need any help with the preparations for the funeral. If they don't, we ask them when is the funeral, if we're gonna be in town by then. And then after I get my armor, we can start heading back.
I have nothing to do here, so I'm good.
So you're just kind of hanging out with.
Yeah.
Alright.
We don't
Go
really
for
like to go with this to,
Give me just one moment. And I'm going to cast Sending
Okay.
at Councilman Antoinette.
Sure.
Because it's like morning. She'd probably be awake, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to
It
say.
might be a little bit earlier in the morning for them
Yeah.
due to time zones.
See how you forgot all about
I literally was getting
Tom.
it.
I'm just
You
kidding.
poophead, you stinker.
That's why they argue.
So I message her in Eotris. No sign necessarily of Matthias. However,
in Dawnfall dealt with an outbreak of roots in an abandoned mine. Almost lost life. And update.
You get silence back for a little while. And then you hear back. Thank you for the information. I've written down what you said. I haven't seen anything else thus far on my end. Keep in touch.
Alright. And then I'm going to send to Jonathan. Jonathan. Hey, hope you are holding up okay. We're out here in Eotris and we'll be back sometime within the next few weeks. Stay safe.
Good to hear from you. Worried because hadn't heard in a while. Also, a bit lonely.
I knew it! I freaking knew it!
Tell person.
Kinda pent up.
Rub one.
Cast sending again. Didn't need to hear that.
Take care of
Right
it.
back. Right back. Come back soon. Tell Persephone I'll be waiting.
You corrupted the one thing I had!
I've done nothing wrong. I gave the poor boy hopes and dreams.
And I got the chocolate she asked for this time.
Oh god, you turn him into your slave.
Someone asked.
He's a simp!
Damn right, he's a simp.
If he ain't simping, he ain't pimping.
Alright,
Pimp chimping.
so. Done with that?
Yeah.
With the sendings? Okay.
And then I joined them.
Alright, so you guys are about to head over, and last call for joining the drawing, or rolling, if you will, for the dice tower. So if you are interested in winning this other dice tower that we've got here, right in front of Zach, type liar, L-I-A-R, in chat, and we'll add you to the list. I'll give you about a good 30 seconds to a minute to go ahead and type that in, anyone who hasn't already done that. And then we are going to roll and find out who the winner is.
Wow.
So that's the dice tower. Alright, you can put it down now, Zach.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, well, too bad. Alright, so we're giving it just a few more seconds here. Not seeing anyone else going in, so we have a 50-50 chance here between Aloe1131 and King Rogar. As no one else is adding in, so I am just going to roll a 6-sider. Okay, and Aloe1131 is the first name on the list, so that's 1 through 3. 4, 5, and 6 is King Rogar. So, right there you see,
That's a 1.
that's a 1. So Aloe1131 is our winner.
Awesome.
Congratulations. So we will connect up with you to get your contact information after the stream, so that we can make sure to send this out to you. But we roll for the dice tower with the dice tower. No, sorry, we roll without. We don't want to taint it with our bad luck.
I definitely
Yeah, you
already
don't
used
want-
it like 6 times.
Yeah.
I gave you all my bad luck, so just know your saving throws are going to be shit. From
Yep.
now on.
But we will connect with you to get your contact information, so we can get that shipped out to you. Congratulations to Aloe1131 for winning the second dice tower. And all right, so that's our second contest. You guys now make your way over to Una and her brother Unmar's house, where Lord Falcon and Una are there. And knock on the door. Lord Falcon answers.
Well, after what happened yesterday, we did some things. We're going to be in town for a little bit. We don't know if you need help with your preparations for the funeral.
Since we're here, we figured we could lend you
A couple extra hands.
Awfully kind of you.
Well, we feel bad for what happened.
Wasn't your fault. He was dead before we got there. You handled yourselves well. Honestly surprised you made it out of there after everything started getting all...
Yeah, a little foggy.
Yeah. I wonder why.
That could have been for other reasons that it did that.
Even if it's not related to the funeral affairs that you need to handle, more than happy to help.
Well, I think Una probably needs space, but I could use the company. So why don't we not disturb her? Here, I have a place in town.
Alright. Well, let's get on the road, shall we?
So he leads you through the streets. You follow him a little bit more, and what you find is a fairly simple dwelling. Nothing extravagant, at least on the outside. But when you go through the door, it actually goes down, opens up, and it is a very, very nice, large room. And there are, just like in his place back in Kyber, there are heads of so many different creatures mounted all over the walls. It looks like the atypical hunter's lodge in there.
What a lovely room.
It is also very cozy in there. There is a nice fireplace on the end. It is currently not lit, but it is nice, carved into the stone itself, and very decorative. And there's plenty of comfy seating around. And he sits down and pulls out a pipe, begins puffing away, and offers you all, a drink if you want something to eat, and just says, I could really just use some good company right now.
I'm not sure if it's in bad taste or not, but I kind of feel bad for not bringing a hydrate corpse back. Look it off this wall.
Yeah, right over the fireplace and near it.
I know they're dead. Good enough for me.
Alright.
And as you sit there, he begins to just kind of reminisce on tales. Almost not like he's really talking to you, but more just reminiscing out loud. Stories about his cousin when they were both younger. It just kind of goes on, and every once in a while he'll look to one of you, and every once in a while you kind of ask questions or interject, and it seems to bring a smile to his face when you do. And you're all just kind of hanging out, enjoying a bit of a somber mood, spiced in there with some pleasant memories that he is sharing out loud to the group. And you feel like your presence there is being a comfort to this man, as he has lost a relative that he obviously cared about. Time seems to kind of go on and on into the afternoon a little bit, and eventually lunch gets brought in. You have a nice meal together, and they're just kind of hanging out, enjoying his company. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Woohoo! 2 more days till I get my armor.
So, thank you, everyone who joined us. We're glad you guys could. Yeah, nipple tassels, Rob. Thanks for everyone who could join us. We hope you had a good time. Congratulations again to our winners of the Dice Towers.
Very nice.
And thank you so much for the Super Chats. Those of you who sent those in, those are our first Super Chats ever. We're really excited about that. Don't forget, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our lovely Jen
That's me, guys.
will be assuming the DM chair as she runs a post-apocalyptic, end-of-the-world zombie game that we're going to have some fun with, where we will be giving away 2 more Dice Towers. And then Monday, Halloween, October 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our buddy Andrew will be sitting here running Magnus Avum, Episode 4, and we'll be giving away the last 3 Dice Towers. So come and join us for that. We hope you guys will, and hope you had fun. But that's it. So later, everybody.
Thank you, guys.